a neighborhood that may have had a couple of people going through looking to commit burglaries, and they see a patrol vehicle, and they may go into the city as opposed to the county. So, we try to steer them either into the city or out of the county so that they're not hitting us in the county.
Greg, Greg prefers you to steer them out of the county, I think.
But yeah, buddy, with
It's a competition.
Yeah.
Our take-home program, we encourage the officers to drive their cars off duty. Yeah. Now, there's certain protocols they've got to do in order to drive their car off duty, the way they dress, and they're on the radio, and they're required to respond to anything important, or if there's a crime in progress or anything like that, or they see something, they're required to take action. And I can't tell you how many times I've backed up officers on traffic stops, or I've seen off-duty officers back other officers up on traffic stops. I've seen the sheriff's office do it with us. I've seen us do it with the sheriff's office. We caught an armed robber downtown, an armed bank robber downtown a couple of years ago, and it was because an off-duty officer happened to be driving by the bank when the call came out, and he was right there in his car off-duty. So there are definite benefit, and like I said, we encourage them, drive them to the movie theater, drive them to the grocery store, because when the car is parked in the parking lot, the criminal has no idea whether the officer's on duty, off duty.
It's got to be a deterrent.
It absolutely is, and actually, in the grand scheme of things, the cars last longer. They're taken care of better because they're not hot seated. By that I mean one guy gets out of them, the next guy gets in it, to start their shift. So it's just a great way of using those cars to help prevent crime.
We had a person here lighting deputies' cars on fire here a couple of years ago, didn't we?
We did. We had a series of arsons on our vehicles.
Yeah, we lost one too.
You did? I mean, if I'm going to light a car up, I don't think it's going to be a cop car. I'm just a little advice for you.
Do you have any desire to do that?
I refuse to answer that.
Okay.
Like a Fifth Amendment.
No, just asking.
Some of the ones Don's getting need to be lit up. It's just a joke.
Yeah.
All right, so one quick question on the cars. I think I've asked this question on the show before. Now we're out of time. Tom tells me. We'll come back. Answer me the question when we come back about when I see these cars at construction sites and there's nobody ever in them and the lights going. Is that
talking about it like a road construction?
Yeah. Okay. Don't answer it yet because we haven't got time. But I want to know what they are. If they're old cop cars that people buy, or if they're put on loaner, how that works exactly. Because I never see cops in them. We'll take a break. Come back. More on Ask the Cop, presented by the law firm of Randy Briggs and his son. And coming up next, we will answer that question right here in the Voice of Ocala. Ask the Cops.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local. The Source.
Hi, this is Randy Briggs of the Briggs Law Firm. My son Bo and I practice exclusively in the representation of accident victims. And we've been asked many times why we would support and sponsor the program Ask the Cops with Sheriff Blair and Chief Graham, who are in the world of criminal law enforcement. Well, these legal rights actually overlap. In civil law enforcement, we're in the business of recovering for victims of accidents that which has been taken away from them and holding the responsible party accountable. Both civil law and criminal law share those common goals. So we're all in the field of law enforcement, and for that reason, we're proud to sponsor Ask the Cops on the Voice of Ocala with Buddy Martin. So if your family or a friend needs help in an accident situation, feel free to contact us at our website, The Briggs Law Firm. We're located in the Ocala Historic District.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And so is State Farm agent Angie Lewis, working hard to serve her community as a citizen and insurance agent. Angie wants to help you as you adjust your insurance needs to your life, from everything to helping educate your teen driver to protecting your family against everyday risk. She wants to change the way you perceive insurance by developing relationships with her clients, which is why Angie and her staff are proud to be a part of so many good causes in Ocala. In turn, she has chosen to single out those who step up as leaders. Each month on the Voice of Ocala, Angie spotlights a good neighbor, saluting those who give exceptional service or do random acts of kindness to others. For this, Angie was written up in State Farm's national magazine. Angie also supports local businesses with a regular Biz Buzz.
Hi, I'm State Farm agent Angie Lewis. Come see me and my team for all your insurance and financial needs in the beautiful downtown historic district, 416 East Fort King Street, or call 291-2444.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. The president sends North Korea a message over the cyber attack on Sony, ordering sanctions against Pyongyang.
This builds on sanctions that have been in place since President George W. Bush was in office. President Obama has already twice added his own sanctions against North Korea for what he called provocative actions.
Fox's Dan Springer traveling with the president in Honolulu. As for Sony's The Interview, blamed for triggering the attack, it's now on pay TV.
And its theatrical release has been bumped up to 580 theaters. Sony canceled the Christmas Day release of The Interview after hackers threatened violence against movie theaters, and major theater chains refused to show it. It was then picked up by the smaller indie theaters, which continued to show the film nationally without incident.
Fox Radio's Michelle Polino. And prosecutors say John Hinckley, who shot President Reagan, will not face new charges in the death of James Brady. Fox News. We report, you decide.
This is an announcement for all people who want to take a risk-free challenge to whiten their teeth in 5 minutes. By calling now, you can whiten your teeth in 5 minutes using clinically proven power swabs. This risk-free challenge is for people whose smile has been yellowed by coffee, tea, red wine, or smoking. The Power Swabs 5-minute challenge is available by responding to this advertisement. If lines are busy, try again. Because the Power Swabs 5-minute challenge is exclusive, it's not available in drugstores. Power Swabs was formulated by Dr. Martin Ginniger and whitens teeth with a patented tooth detergent and whitening agent. It's so effective, we challenge you to try it for 5 minutes to see how white your smile could be. Get it risk-free. Dial 1-800-663-0712. That's 1-800-663-0712. Transform your smile into a wow, you look great smile. Dial 1-800-663-0712. That's 1-800-663-0712.
Here are the categories.
I'll take Mike Scott Plumbing for 1,000, please, Alex.
Answer. Nearly double.
I'll wager 5,000.
All right. Here is the clue. PU is the type of this complication.
What is a sewage backup?
Yes, that's right.
It's all fun and games until something happens to you, like a septic system failure or a clogged drain or line, leaving you saying PU. But not to worry. Mike Scott Plumbing is there to get you out of that jeopardy and back on track. And they don't charge extra for nights, weekends, or holidays. From septic pumping to lawn irrigation to high-efficiency water heaters. At Mike Scott Plumbing, if water runs through it, we do it. Stop by one of the newly renovated showrooms in Hernando or Wildwood, or call today, 237-2888. That's 237-2888.
Mike Scott.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Do you need a quick energy boost? Massage your ears. It can reduce fatigue for 81% of women. Just because you're out of work doesn't mean you shouldn't have business cards. Don't make that mistake. What should you put on it if you're unemployed? Use your last job title. As smart as they are, lefties are more likely to have minor accidents since things like knives, tools, and machines are typically designed for righties.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line and a new spoiler and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
Should have microphones on during the breaks. That's what the best stuff's done.
That's true.
One of these days we'll share that. Ask the Cops. Major Don Maines from the Sheriff's Department is here. We hope that the boss man, Chris, has a safe trip back. He's about landed now, I think, pretty quick.
I think so.
From his vacation, call it that, in Colorado. and the Chief of Police, Greg Graham, was here with us. And before we go to our questions and answers, and I got this New Year's Dare I want to talk about with you guys. You've probably done most of these things, Greg, yourself. Answer the question about the vehicles we see at construction sites on the road, and their lights are blinking, and there's no cop around.
Well, anytime there's work done on a U.S. highway or a state road, part of the requirements from the Department of Transportation is the companies have to hire off-duty law enforcement to provide traffic control security at the construction sites. And I'm not sure why you're not seeing an officer in the car, because we normally don't leave cars parked with lights on. There could be a number of reasons why there's not an officer in there, or you just didn't see him as you passed by.
I've never seen one, ever.
They may be going up and communicating with some of the construction workers. They
On a
may
break
be
or something.
going to the bathroom. I mean, who knows what they're doing. But yeah, we don't just park a patrol car and turn the lights on and leave it there. We have been known on occasion during shopping seasons to park cars here and there and everywhere without officers around them.
No.
But I'd be hard pressed to believe a law enforcement agency would leave a car with lights on the side of a road just for the security of the car too. I mean, because somebody could run up and well, they could crash into it, and who knows. But anyway, yeah, we're required to provide that service. Although and it's paid for by the construction company, which I mean, typically eventually it comes out of taxpayer money, because they're just charging the government.
Yeah, exactly.
So
the more money if you park the car. All right. Let's talk about Tom. I'll hold your questions. We'll do this first. Over the weekend, I say over the weekend, it wasn't the weekend, the holiday. I had some friends of my wife came over, and they're not, I hate to say it this way, not spring chicken. They've obviously they've been around for a few years, like me. They're all younger than me, but
they always speak so highly of you. Buddy,
yeah,
so.
Buddy,
they're all lovely ladies.
Everybody is younger than Buddy.
That's true. I'm older than dirt, so there you go.
Yeah.
But so they're very nice, really sweet ladies, and good friends of ours. And we like to play bridge. I play bridge with the girls. Anyway, so I figured I'd come up with something a little daring and challenging, and I came up with a list of things that would be dares, sort of dares, or whatever, that could turn into sort of New Year's challenges. I don't like resolutions because, number one, I mean, it's fun to make them, but in the first 2 weeks they're broken, whatever. So I thought we had something a little different. And you guys can tell me if what you would put on this list, or if you do any of these things. Some of these are like, not big deals, but for instance, one of them is jump out of an airplane. Well, Greg, you've done that 100 times, and I don't know if you have done it or not.
More than 100 times.
No, I've never done it either.
No.
And I'm not going to do it.
I'm not planning on it.
No, I'm not going to. So that's what. Tom, would you jump out of an airplane?
Well, I jump out of a perfectly good aircraft.
Okay, so we got one guy that does. All right, so this is one that I really, really had to think about, because I really I'm prone to not ever want to do this. Is there any scenario? And the piece of paper said, get a tattoo on your blank that will say blank. I'm not a tattoo person. Tom's got one. He tells me. But I thought, well, what would it take for me to do that? And what would it say? Huh?
How many cases?
Yeah. We don't mean police cases either.
Right.
I mean, Greg, do you have one?
I do have a tattoo.
It's your foot, right?
No.
Okay, never mind. That's all I want to know.
After when I turned 50, my daughter drew it. In fact, look, there goes my wife.
There's your daughter right there.
No, yeah. It's a tribal tattoo that has my wife's name.
Okay, that's safe.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, I'm 2 for 2. Go ahead.
All right. Well, you're just a wild and crazy chief of police, Don.
That's right.
How about you?
I do not have
any scenario under which you would do.
Not that I can foresee, at least in a awake mode.
Okay.
I only have one, buddy. It's right here.
All right.
And it says in memory of Father.
Yeah. See, that would be the case I would do. I would. I'm about as anti-tattoo as you can get. And I mean, if you want to get them on you, that's fine. I don't care. And I have family members who have them. But only case I would do it would be a deceased family member. That's the only thing I would ever put on.
That's the only reason I did it.
And so, Tom, you're on right on money there. Okay, a couple more. Here's one that the ladies like. Surprisingly, they all like these, most of them. Go skinny dipping at midnight and take a selfie.
All right, so I'm 2 for 3.
That doesn't say what angles the selfie has to have.
I haven't done that. Certainly not taking a selfie.
So at midnight. What do you think?
Tom? First off, the word skinny would not apply to me at all. Okay, so let's just clear that right up.
Right.
There's not a whole lot of Tom that way that you'd want to see a selfie.
So you're a no.
I'm not doing it.
You're a no.
I'm not doing it.
What are you supposed to do with the selfie, though, after you take it? You
whatever you want to.
Well, then how do
trash it if you want to.
How do you even know that you've done it?
It's nobody has to prove it. It's up to you.
I mean, it's pretty easy to prove that you've jumped out of a plane or gotten a tattoo.
It isn't
right?
like you say you have to answer anybody. It's just what you would do it, and if you decide if you want to follow
it's
through
like a commitment to yourself.
The idea is to get you to think outside the box about things that are a little bit different than what you normally would do, right? Just to be a little more different. We found one you wouldn't do. Surprised we found one, Greg, to be honest with you. You wouldn't do.
Well, I didn't say I wouldn't do it. I said I haven't done it.
Yeah, okay. Would you? But would you?
Well, as long as I don't have to share the photo.
No, well, just say yes or no, man. Dude, I'm not going to
Sure, I'd do it.
Don says
I've gone skinny dipping a lot of times.
But no selfie, right?
But no selfie. There's no need, no purpose
well,
in that.
I mean, that's the follow-up on the dare.
That's a picture nobody wants to see.
That's right.
And that's the same with me, too. It's a picture nobody wants to see.
Well, nobody wants to show, but maybe you show your face. I don't care. But it's just an idea. All right, here's one or two that are pretty good. I like this one. Write a letter of forgiveness to somebody who has wronged you.
I've never written a letter. I've had that conversation.
But this is, would you write a letter to someone who has wronged you, a letter of forgiveness?
Well, I would certainly do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I've actually had the convection.
Yeah.
But I've never written it.
Right.
But yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Not on your life. I'm vindictive. I want no part of it. You cross me. If I write you a letter, it's to tell you what I'm going to do.
So I need to stop sitting by the mailbox then? Is that what you're saying?
And by the way, the one I was going to write to was Tom. Now I'm not going to do it.
Not anymore.
Don't send it to me.
That's interesting.
Just a couple of things to think about, Okay, sure. Tom, you got your questions ready to go?
I do. It's actually one two-part question. And it's concerns DUIs and DUI checkpoints.
All right.
Melissa wrote in and she says, why are you required to show license and all if you've done nothing wrong at a DUI checkpoint? That's one of her first part. And she says, why on the other hand, why are police required to make the public aware of where DUI checkpoints are going to be if you're trying to catch people for DUI? So she wants to know, if she's a law-abiding citizen that hasn't done anything wrong, why does she have to go through a DUI checkpoint? And two, why do you have to tell the public you're having DUI checkpoints?
Well, there's Supreme Court rulings on both of those, that if we do DUI checkpoints, and we do them on occasion in conjunction with the Highway Patrol, with the Sheriff's Office, with any other law enforcement agency that's around, pursuant to grants that we get for DUI enforcement. And part of the ruling by the Supreme Court is if we're going to do them, you have to. There's a strict set of guidelines that you got to go by in order to do them and and not violate someone's constitutional rights. And that is clear advertising prior to where these things are, and then even advertising signs as you go, as you come up on the checkpoint. And you got to understand that the purpose of these checkpoints and the purpose of our DUI enforcement is not to arrest people.
Deterrent.
Right. We're trying to keep people from driving drunk and saving their lives and saving the life of somebody else. And if you've never I guarantee you most everybody knows someone who's been affected by a DUI crash, whether it was a fatality or an injury. And then once again, it's another Supreme Court ruling that you have to identify yourself, because contrary to popular belief, driving is not a right. Driving is a privilege, which is why you have to have a driver's license.
All right. Don, you want to add anything to that?
I think that covers it. I was going to amplify that it is, in fact, a privilege. We are running into situations nowadays where some people are refusing, especially those sovereign citizens, those claimed to be in the sovereign citizen realm, that feel as though they're above the law and they don't have to have a license, but in fact they do, and they have to present it.
Okay. One more time.
I just actually got a question that popped up. A lady said that last night she was coming back home from the holidays, and she noticed in Georgia that there was police officers sitting on the side of the road with their lights off, but their running lights on. and she asked the cop at the Pilot gas station why he did that. He said, it's law. I have to have my running lights on so you know I'm there. And she says she doesn't see that happen in Florida. Is it a state law or is that a federal law?
I'm not familiar with that.
I've never heard of that before.
I'm not familiar with a law in Florida, and of course I have no idea. It may be a law in Georgia.
That's what she said. The cop told her it was a law, but she didn't know whether it was just a Georgia law or federal law. Right. That comes from Kathy, by the way.
Hi, Kathy.
All right, thanks for the question. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, I'm going to get you asked. I looked this up. If you had to write a number, Tom, you can put a number down too. How many officers died in the line of duty in 2014? If you say don't say if you know. And then I have a story to you about the gun-related deaths, U.S. law enforcement for officers, and how many gun-related deaths there were related, the percentage-wise. All right, we'll do that, and we'll wrap up the show after this time out on Ask the Cops, presented by the Briggs Law Firm. Randy and Bo, thanks for supporting the show, with Greg Graham, Chief of Police, and Don Maines, Major of the Sheriff's Department, after this time out on
1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local on The Source.
My name is Bo Briggs. I'm a sixth-generation Ocala, and I practice law with my father at the Briggs Law Firm. Over the years, we've seen many changes to Ocala and many changes in our profession. What has not changed is our commitment to our clients. You will speak with and get to know your attorney. That will never change. A lawyer will personally handle your case, not a paralegal. So if you've been injured in an accident and would appreciate personal attention, you can reach us at 671-4600 or learn more at thebriggslawfirm.com.
If your car outside is busted or it's looking kind of rusted, if it's costing you too much dough, let it go, let it go, let it go.
Chris Spears here from Prestige Auto Sales. Are you frozen in an old car you hate? Let it go.
And drive a nicer, newer car for just $200 down, even if you've had credit problems in the past.
I asked my accountant, can I do something crazy and let people drive for just $200 down? Then he said something even crazier. Yes!
So you could cruise through the holidays for just $200 down. Don't let past credit problems keep you frozen in an old car you hate. Our For the People credit approval process is better than warm hugs. We warm up banks and lenders to your personal situation.
Even if you've had past credit problems.
So if your old car has you crying, finish your goodbying.
Let it go, let it go, let it go. But hurry in before we put this deal on ice. I'm Chris Spears, and I'm a dealer for the people.
Visit Prestige Auto Sales or call 694-1234. Yes, 694-1234. See you at Prestige.
Nestled in the heart of horse country, just off I-75 exit 354, the award-winning and newly refreshed Howard Johnson Inn of Ocala invites you to pamper yourself in one of our comfy guest rooms. Enjoy our free and fast Wi-Fi, heated outdoor swimming pool, 24-hour fitness center, and our deluxe continental breakfast. Other on-site amenities include a restaurant, putt-putt golf, and a car wash. Go happy, go Hojo at the Howard Johnson Inn of Ocala.
Proud sponsor of College of Central Florida basketball on WOCA The Source.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're ocalaforsale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to ocalaforsale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, rust-proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Do you have areas that have started sagging or drooping? Is what you're looking at not quite the same as it was years ago? Are there enhancements you've been putting off? Is there serious damage you need fixed? Then call on us, Damage Control Services. When your roof is sagging and the drywall is drooping after a storm, or your home just needs some enhancements, from damage repairs to new construction, Damage Control Services is here to help.
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to join me Thursday at 11 a.m. for Health Matters. Ocala Health and Strive have teamed up to bring you the latest information on good health services available to you right here at home. This vital information will help you make informed decisions about your health. So don't forget to join me here at 11 a.m. Thursday. It's news you can use from Ocala Health, Strive, and your friends here at WOCA.
One of the most common questions those nearing retirement are asking,
will I outlive my money? Retirement questions like these and many more will be answered every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with hosts Francois and Julian Pozenet. Francois and Julian will help you put your retirement puzzle together. Catch Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement Saturdays at 9 a.m. on Ocala's News Talk, The Source 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
Back for the final couple of minutes of Ask the Cops on the first one of 2015. And Happy New Year to everybody out there. We're going to take this next 2 or 3 minutes to clear up some stats. And then Greg's got a story to tell on me, about me, why I was late to the last Ask the Cops. The question we asked, how many officers died in the line of duty in 2014? And Tom, you guessed how many?
114.
Pretty close. Now, Greg knows this answer, so he's giving it away. But nonetheless, Greg, you saw the number.
126.
126, yeah. Was that high to you or low or about
It's
right?
higher than it was last year,
Yeah.
but it's not the highest it's ever been.
Right. So that did that surprise you?
No.
Yeah.
It doesn't surprise me at all.
24% jump from last year.
Yeah, and
that's a big jump, 24%.
Yeah, we've got an initiative out there. It's called Under 100. All the law enforcement agencies, or a lot of law enforcement agencies, are going through it now to do training and to try to prevent a lot of these officer-involved deaths, especially, in what you're seeing in the news now are the ambush deaths. We had 15 of those last year. 15 officers were killed by ambush.
Really?
Yeah, and but of that number. Last year, 49 were killed in traffic-related incidents.
Yeah, I see. And Don, I saw this number here about gun-related deaths. This is the number. I don't know. You have this, Greg? Have you seen this? Gun-related deaths in the United States law enforcement rose by 56% in 2014.
Yeah, 50 officers were killed
versus 32.
Right.
You were making a comment, Greg, and also Don, about. We've lost some officers in the line of duty.
Yes. Yeah, the last officer that we lost in Marion County was Chelsea Richard, who was killed in the crash on the interstate. But prior to that, it was Deputy Litz with the Sheriff's
Brian
Office.
Litz. Yeah, we lost him about 10 years ago now. And before that was William Rutherford, right out across the way here, right out on 200.
Yeah, killed by a drunk driver.
RIP to all our law enforcement officers who work hard to protect us. I know it's a real battle going on out there right now with a lot of people, and we sure think about and pray for the law enforcement officers and situations they're in, which they risk their lives every day. And we're grateful for that protection, and we just pray that this whole issue our country is going through right now will resolve itself. So on a lighter note, you want to make a comment?
Well, I was just going to say thanks, buddy. These women and men are out there tirelessly. They truly have servant hearts. That's not to say that we don't, in the law enforcement profession, you don't have people that aren't always doing the right thing, and we try to hold those people accountable. But the vast majority of those officers out there truly are public servants, understand why they're doing what they're doing, and appreciate the support that the vast majority of the community gives us. So thanks.
All right.
All right. So the last
got 30 seconds.
The last Ask the Cops thing we had where you were late and you were complaining about
the traffic, the poor traffic control,
and the sheriff was late too.
Sheriff was also late.
Yeah,
I was with him. I was trying to get him out the door. He was in a meeting.
The reason is we had a guy whose name's Michael Weldon.
This idiot.
He shows up. Yes, he shows up at Applebee's right here on Easy Street.
That's why
walks in and says that he had been shot in the chest.
Yeah.
And that the guy who shot him was taken care of and dumped in the woods over here by Sears, right? Mm-hmm. So, we send the cavalry, right? He's shot in the chest, and it certainly appears that we've got a homicide. So we're sending everything we have. When we get there, he goes, "Oh no, I was just kidding."
Oh my gosh. And I'm mad about him making me late, by the way.
So he got to visit the sheriff and Don over at
made
the
the sheriff late as well.
Yeah. So he got to go to jail.
Hence my comment, this idiot.
Yeah. And by the way, I think there's some kind of a law against making the sheriff late to a radio program. I think we're citing for something. Hey guys,
that might be a felony.
Have a great week. Have a great. We'll see you in a couple weeks. Thanks a lot to you, Don, for filling in aptly for the sheriff, and for Greg.
My pleasure.
Happy New Year to both of you.
Thanks, bro.
Coming up up next, it's going to be quite an hour. John Brantley in the house coming up next on the Voice of Ocala.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
The next drink is on Dave Del Rio at Eaton's Beach Sand Barn Grill. Just ask him for it. But don't wait. Show up soon because this offer isn't going to last very long. Eaton's Beach Sand Barn Grill will be filling up fast because their friends from the north are headed back that way soon. The good news is that seating is now available and Dave's buying the first drink. If you've been hearing about the crowd at Eaton's Beach Sand Barn Grill and couldn't get in, now you can see firsthand what your friends have been talking about. Great food. Try Chef Dave's tantalizing Floresiana menu. Great location. Check out those gorgeous sunsets over Lake Weir. Great people. Starting with Chef Dave Del Rio, who began his career in 1978. This spicy guy has been instrumental in opening over 100 restaurants. And he's buying you a drink. Eaton's Beach Sand Barn Grill, where there's little or no waiting these days. Come see what started out as Jay Eaton's dream almost 90 years ago. It's more awesome than ever. Celebrate the season with a Rolex from Goss Jewelers, your official Rolex jeweler. We know that the holidays are a time for celebrating, a time to gather with family, friends, and loved ones, to share memories of the past, to enjoy this season's love and laughter, and to look ahead to the new year together. And the holidays are a time to remember with a very special gift. There's no better way to celebrate the season than by giving an elegant Rolex timepiece. Every Rolex is created with meticulous attention to detail, incredible skill, and Swiss craftsmanship. Each of its 220 parts must pass exacting Rolex standards before the timepiece receives its crown. So no matter which style you choose, you'll be giving a gift of lasting quality, beauty, and durability. This year, why not celebrate the season with a perfect gift from Goss Jewelers? Celebrate with a Rolex. Come see our selection of fine Rolex timepieces. Goss Jewelers in downtown, your official Rolex jeweler. Stay with us and sleep better at the Sleep Inn and Suites of Ocala Bellevue, located next door to Don Garlett's Museum and a few minutes from Florida Horse Park. Our award-winning, newly refreshed Sleep Inn and Suites offers comfy, clean rooms, free fast Wi-Fi, and service with a smile. Start your day with a deluxe hot breakfast and unwind in our heated outdoor pool. Our convenient 24-hour fitness and business centers allow you to stay on track whether you're here to play or to work. That's Sleep Inn and Suites, Ocala Bellevue.
Proud sponsor of College of Central Florida basketball.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. After some dense fog around the area this morning, we'll see clouds and breaks of sun today with a warm afternoon high of 76 to 80. Mostly cloudy tonight, low 63 to 67. Tomorrow, intervals of clouds and sunshine and warm, the high 80 to 84. Sunday, clouds and some sunshine and warm, high 80 to 84. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Come be swept away with medieval magic by volunteering at the 29th Annual Hogtown Medieval Fair on January 24th and 25th and January 30th through February 1st at the Alachua County Fairgrounds. Volunteers will take tickets, oversee exhibits, or provide breaks for the artists. Become a part of Gainesville's rich tradition of community service. Volunteers will receive a one-day pass. Applications can be downloaded at gvlculturalaffairs.org or call the City of Gainesville at 352-393-8536. We all know the importance of good health, but we may not know the latest advances in medicine that are available to us. Monday at 9 a.m., Bern Paraiso will be our roving medical reporter to tell us about Seven Hill Gastroenterology PA and Dr. Reddy. We'll discuss screening, techniques, and more. So tune in and listen. This is more than news you can use. It's news that could save your life. That's Monday at 9:05 a.m.
Got a garden, and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
1370 WOCA. Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Don Matheson. President Obama imposing additional sanctions on North Korea. Fox's Dan Springer reads from a letter the president is sending to Congress.
I have now determined that the provocative, destabilizing, and repressive actions and policies of the government of North Korea, including the destructive, coercive, cyber-related actions during November and December of 2014, constitute a continuing threat to the national security.
California officials say the new measures will boost road safety and increase the number of insured drivers.
It's the first business day under a new law in which immigrants without legal status can apply for a California driver's license. Thousands braved near freezing temperatures to line up as early as 2 a.m.
Fox News Radio's Sharon Katchen. Senate Democratic leader Harry Reid injured on exercise equipment. He's expected back on Capitol Hill next week when Congress returns to session. Fox News. We report, you decide.
This is an announcement for all people who want to take a risk-free challenge to whiten their teeth in 5 minutes. By calling now, you can whiten your teeth in 5 minutes using clinically proven power swabs. This risk-free challenge is for people whose smile has been yellowed by coffee, tea, red wine, or smoking. The Power Swabs 5-minute challenge is available by responding to this advertisement. If lines are busy, try again. Because the Power Swabs 5-minute challenge is exclusive, it's not available in drugstores. Power Swabs was formulated by Dr. Martin Ginniger and whitens teeth with a patented tooth detergent and whitening agent. It's so effective, we challenge you to try it for 5 minutes to see how white your smile could be. Get it risk-free. Dial 1-800-663-0712. That's 1-800-663-0712. Transform your smile into a wow, you look great smile. Dial 1-800-663-0712. That's 1-800-663-0712.
Yes, it's time again for Buddy Martin. Call him up and tell him what you're thinking. But be kind because he's doing the best he can.
I'm just sick of all the amateur stuff, you know? I mean, like, if I'm paying top dollar, I want a little production value, you know? Like some editing, transition, something, some music.
Don't worry, we didn't leave you.
He's gone? He's not gone. That's the whole point. He's never gone.
Our bosses say we gotta stay.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei.
It's time for the second hour of The Voice of Ocala. Hoo-ah!
You ever come across anything like time travel?
Come on, stick around. It's free.
If you win, you win. If you lose, you still win.
All right, to the program, special guest in the house. We'll just unveil him in one moment. It's tough to book him. I've been trying to book him for 2 weeks, but he's a hard guy to get, so he'll be joining us momentarily. You won't want to miss this hour. If you just want no other reason just to get yourself ticked off, listen to the program. So he'll do that for sure. My good friend's in the house, and we'll speak with John Brantley in just a moment. First of all, real quick, I have to get this story in. Our intern's name is Johnny Walker, right? I read this story. There's a guy named Jack Daniels in Gray, Louisiana. He named his son Jim Beam. Now, can you imagine if Jim Beam and Johnny Walker and Jack Daniels all got together? What a party that would be. That was kind of odd.
I think it was yesterday at my house.
Yeah. Well, no, ours was named something else, whatever it was we were having at Merlot, which is pretty good, by the way. John Brantley's in the house. And, John, we got a lot to talk to you about. You up and left the coaching profession without talking to us about it. First of all, you got to at least consult with us before you do that. And secondly, we want to know about all the things you might be doing in the future. And also get your take on the bowl games. Good night last night to get a chance to watch some football with the Brantleys at the Man Cave. Our friend and guest Charlie from up in Brunswick was there, being entertained mightily. You were saying in the hallway, John, you thought it's been a good bowl season. I don't know if I agree with that.
Well, I know one of the big questions was there's too many bowl games, and I don't think there can be enough bowl games at the end of the year. I think it's a reward for the kids and the players and the coaches to go out and have some fun and get an opportunity to play one more game, and then you get the great matchups of everybody talking about their conference is the best, and I think you get an opportunity to prove that, and I think the SEC's finding out it's a little bit tougher. I think they're 5-5. This bowl season as they kick off against Tennessee kicks off here about 30 minutes ago. So it's been a challenge, but I think it's been fun. I've enjoyed it. I just watched one of the best bowl games this afternoon with Houston and Pittsburgh out of Fort Worth, one of the best games they've had all year. So it's been an intriguing, but it's been a fun bowl season.
Well, sometimes the best games are those games that you don't think are going to offer much, like Pittsburgh and Houston. Those kind of games. So what was a game earlier, the first of the year, was Western Michigan and was it the Louisville School in Kentucky, Eastern Kentucky?
Western Kentucky.
That wow finish, you see that, where they were
in the Bahamas, probably one of the best. I lost that one, too.
And by the way, that game reminded me, I told Tom, of the old California Stanford game, of laddering the ball around.
Just didn't have the band out there.
And missing the tuba player. Other than that, it was crazy. Well, I'm with you on the bowls. I don't think it's bad to have all the bowls. I think it's good to have the bowls. I don't think we had a lot of non-competitive games, which I don't like. I mean, I'm not going to watch a game that's 39-0 at halftime. I'm going to turn that off most of the time. But
I think the disappointing thing that I see more than anything is that you see the stadiums half full. I think that's disappointing. I mean, as you sit there relaxed in your man cave or your den, and it's watching on 55, 60-inch TV, it is a lot better than heading up where, I would enjoyed probably going to Jacksonville and watch a game if availability wasn't so easily with all the games and everything. But it's just easy to sit there. But I think that's disappointing. See, watch these venues with only the stands are half full and everything.
Yep. We're going to get you later in the program to weigh in on the new coach at Florida and some other things of that nature. But let's talk about you for a second, and we'll get into this a little more. You were at Trinity, counting at your assistant coaching years and head coach years. How many years?
11 years.
11 years. And separate out your records, your total record while you were there, and then your records to head coach.
Well, total record there is assistant coach under Kerwin Bell and the head JV coach 1 year there. And 7 years as head coach, I think was 109 and 26. And then head coach the last 7 years, 67 and 20. So had a good run over there and had a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people say, why is John Brantley leaving coaching after all these years? And you never get a specific reason, but I don't know if you want to share with us, or just time to do something else, or what's it?
It's a combination. Biggest thing is there's probably a difference in philosophy on how to run a football program and how to do some things around it. We got a new president over there who's been over there for about a year, a little over a year, and we just have difference of opinions, which that's normal in any type situation. And if you don't have the football coach and the president and the AD and the principal all on the same page, you're not going to be successful. So I don't do it. That's not my full-time job. I've been in the insurance business 25 years. I did it, to continue to compete. I like to compete. There's nothing like being out there on Friday nights. There's nothing like being around young people and being around young men and trying to make a difference in their lives. But, 11 years, it kind of run its course, and saw some things that I didn't think were going to help us be successful down the road. So I thought it might be a good time to get out. I'll continue to do some things in the coaching. My whistle, I'm not ready to hang up my whistle yet. We'll do camps. We'll do some other stuff. I've already had a couple schools call me, and I want to sit down after the first of the year, which we will, and discuss concepts and how to build a program and do some things. So, I'm going to do that. I'm going to give back to the community and some of these high schools, and if they need help, I'm right there for them.
Well, your whole family's done that for a long time. Your brother coached with you for a while there, and your dad, of course, was a founder of NCY, Marion County Youth Football Program, and as you said, started out with how many teams? 5 or something?
5 teams out at Booster Stadium, and now I think 35 teams over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
at Jervey Gant.
John Brantley Jr., not to be confused with John Brantley, the second or the third or the fourth or the fifth. Anyway, you are 3 and your son is 4. We got to get that straight.
Yep.
After all these years. What about Johnny? Tell us about Johnny. What Johnny Brantley?
Johnny's doing great. I know I haven't seen him. He's been up in Beaufort, Georgia. One of his roommates from the University of Florida, T.J. Pridemore, an old fullback that played up at Florida, got married this past couple of days, so he's been up there. He was a part of the wedding party and hadn't heard how that went, but I know the Pridemores. He's a former Atlanta Falcon. The dad is, and I'm sure they put on a nice deal up there, but looking forward to that. But
what's Johnny doing?
He's in orthopedic medical sales, gets up, puts his scrubs on, goes to surgery, and he's walked himself into a nice little career. And his regional manager is Noah Brandeis, another former Gator quarterback. So that relationship and his new business life has just been fantastic for him. He really enjoys it.
So in retrospect, and we'll go to break after this, in retrospect, when you and Johnny talked about where he was going to go to school, he was the Gatorade Player of the Year. He was MVP a lot of camps that he attended. Of course, went to the University of Florida, happened to come in behind the greatest quarterback in the history of the school, one of the greatest football players of all time. Did get a chance to finally play, and when he did, he didn't have the greatest supporting cast. But nonetheless, he had a successful career, got a championship ring to go with that. And when he talked about not going to Texas and pulling back and decided to go to Florida, one of the residuals was the fact that he had the contact and that he knows people in Florida, like Noah Brandeis, whatever. Of course, he could have done it anyway. But that's one reason you wanted Johnny to go to Florida, I think, was because of those network connections, right?
Well, yeah, and that's the biggest thing. I mean, everybody's goal is to go play in the NFL and do all those things. But what I preach and what I convey to my players, even at Trinity, when you're looking at colleges, I said, keep in mind now, you know, if you want to come back to this community or come back to the state of Florida, you want to probably go play somewhere in the state of Florida because people can keep up with you that way. If you go play wherever, Texas, West Virginia, and you come back, you know, they're just not going to be able to keep up with you. And you may do some great things there. I mean, if you do real good things, they're going to know about it. But generally, they can't keep up with you. They just don't have the information or whatever. So, and when Johnny went up and he signed a free agent with the Baltimore Ravens, went up there and spent 3 months with the Ravens and ended up getting cut. By the time he got cut and met with Coach Harbaugh and loaded up his truck, by the time he got out of the state of Maryland, he had 4 job offers. And in today's market, that's pretty impressive to have 4 job offers out there today. But he did it because he was a Gator. He did the right things. He kept his nose clean up at the University of Florida. Never threw anybody under the bus, never blamed anybody and he'll be the first one to tell you, you know, he could have played better. But that's the way he was, and that's why he was named a permanent captain and won a bunch of team awards at the end of the year. And that's why he's in a great situation today, and he's well respected. I get more comments about that than anything, and that's what I'm proud of as a parent and as a dad, probably more than anything, is that, you know, he did the right things, and he's being rewarded for it now with a very nice job.
Well, fortunately, Karen's his mom. And as a result, he has become a fine young man. He always was a fine young man. Of course, I would expect nothing less of Johnny Brantley for us. So, all right, we'll take a break, come back. We'll talk about – I think I saw your wife here earlier, by the way. She walked by. She had a T-shirt on.
I don't think so. She
no,
had to work today.
No, it's not. I saw the T-shirt. It had to be her. I think it was her. It says, girls just got to have funds. F-U-N-D-S. I think that was her going shopping. All right, we'll take a break. By the way, what a great Hoppin' John meal that she cooked yesterday. It was great to eat at your house, to eat your barbecued ribs and actually
deep fried
ribs, and the pork and the greens were awesome. Karen, if you ever want to get rid of Johnny, I'm available. So, all right, we'll take a break.
Cheap and available.
That's it. John Brantley. We'll talk a little more football and about life, other things right here on the Voice of Ocala. Take a break. Return after this timeout on
1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local on The Source.
Here in Florida, when you're looking to go to the beach, you've got hundreds of options. Theme parks? No shortage of options there either. But when it comes to home insurance, most companies have only one option. Allstate is different. Here in Florida, Allstate agents offer home insurance options from several companies, so they can help you get the coverage that's right for you. And they'll help you save on quality car insurance, too. For starters, safe drivers save 45% with Allstate. So before you settle for just one option, talk to someone with many home and car insurance options. Your local Allstate agent. Are you in good hands?
Hi, this is Kevin McDonald, your local Allstate agent. To get your quote, please call us at 622-2333 or stop by one of our 2 Ocala locations.
Allstate has no financial responsibility to you for any home insurance policy you purchase and would not be responsible for any claims. Allstate does not make any representations or accept liability related to operations of home insurance companies, including but not limited to their financial conditions. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Savings vary.
Hello, I'm Tom Schmitz, here to tell you about Ocus, a great resource for any business and a proud partner of the CEP. Ocus offers your business radically new technology called Next Generation Websites. Sites that do not wear out, they automatically adapt to new technology like smartphones, tablets, and the next big thing. Why pay for technology that starts becoming obsolete the moment you buy it? With Ocus, there is so much more. Built into the Ocus platform is an unmatched array of business solutions adaptable to any business. Ocus is a superb example that cutting-edge technology can grow and prosper in Marion County. And I should know because they handle my website, ktforfun.com. Ocus has assisted numerous companies in Marion County that have succeeded online. You can learn more by visiting them online at ocus.com. That's OCOOS.com. Or drop by their downtown Ocala location at 116 South Magnolia Avenue. Find out how Ocus can provide your business with everything you need to succeed online.
Located next door to Silver Spring State Park and a few minutes from historic downtown Ocala, our award-winning Holiday Inn Express Hotel and Suites of Silver Springs is the place to stay for a friendly, memorable, and fun experience. Enjoy our fast and free Wi-Fi, complimentary hot breakfast, and free parking. Whether you're in town for work or play, our friendly staff will make you feel right at home. That's the Holiday Inn Express and Suites of Silver Springs.
Proud sponsor of College of Central Florida basketball on WOCA The Source.
Hey, it's Christy with Ocala Mac and PC Repair and Ocala Guest Wi-Fi to let you know we have you covered. We are the only local certified Apple and Microsoft computer company in Ocala. We are family owned and operated. From mobile repair to wireless networks, viruses, new systems, or security cameras, we do it all. Check us out online, ocalamacpc.com, or give us a call, 352-566-8324.
Tell them Nick, Madison, or Mason sent you and get free diagnostic.
Get your internet telephone service from the company that brought affordable internet service to Ocala in the first place. All is Safe is a sister company of Ocala Guest Wi-Fi, a company you've known and trusted for all your internet needs. Whether you need a phone or hundreds, we've got the products and services to meet your needs both now and in the future. Our plans include everything from local and long-distance calling to equipment maintenance and even software upgrades. You can count on All is Safe to give you cost certainty knowing that your bill will be the same next week, next month, or even next year. Call 352-450-8647 today to learn how to cut your monthly telephone bill up to 60%.
Are you tired of not using your home's outdoor space for entertaining or relaxation because of all the bugs and leaves? Consider adding a beautiful screen room or glass enclosure. We are Superior Aluminum and Design, a family-owned and operated business with 20 years experience in the aluminum industry, and we are accredited by the Better Business Bureau. If you appreciate superior workmanship, call Superior Aluminum and Design at 817-8058 or visit us on the web at superiораluminumdesign.com.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
Back at Voice of Ocala, John Brand is in the house. Former coach of Trinity Catholic, the Celtics.
And I resigned. I didn't retire. I get people calling me all the time. How's it feel to be retired from football?
Well, what's the difference?
Retire. Huh? Retire's what you do right before you die, I think.
You think?
Yeah. I resign. I may go coach again somewhere or do something. So
what would be
not
like,
finished yet.
all kidding aside, and don't say the head job at Florida, although you might be a great choice. Name me a job that you think would be really interesting and really fun and challenging, and either working for somebody or running a program or or high school. Well, name me a job that would really get your juices going.
I don't know. I think anything associated with helping my university out in the football area, I think that would be
so
intriguing.
If the football
that
operations job were open?
Something like that, yeah, or position coach or football ops or recruiting, as long as it makes sense and, you could make a living doing it a little bit. I think that'd
You've always
be
been
fun.
good at PR and promotions. You've always done a great. You've really, with all your golf tournament stuff you've been doing.
Do the camps, colleges have camps. I think that'd be fun.
You enjoy the Manning camp, don't you?
Oh, I love it. I look forward to that.
What do you like
every
about
year.
it? Why do you like it so much?
Being around the people, and
like, who are some of the people
quarter-
besides the Mannings?
Well, you saw a couple of the guards or the security guys there for Oregon. They run security for the Manning camp. It's funny watching those guys hustle around last night and everything. But just the people that you meet and you come around. Buddy Tevens, who we knew here at the University of
Coach
Florida.
Stanford for a while.
Yeah, coached at Stanford. Well, he was the coach at Tulane when they started that 16 years ago.
Right.
And he's still the executive director of the Manning camp. So, meeting people like that and David Morris, who people probably ever heard of. He's the head of quarterback country out of Mobile, Alabama.
What is quarterback country?
He was Eli Manning's backup at Ole Miss for 4 years. Just does a super job out there with the quarterback business in Alabama. People like that you probably wouldn't have the chance to meet. And, meeting this past year, Stephen Jones, who's Jerry Jones's son, who's the CEO of the Dallas Cowboys. I ended up spending 2 hours with him on Friday night this past year and hearing stories from him about, little things like, they kind of regret letting Chan Gailey go. They probably should have kept him around another year and some stuff like that, stories, and meeting a lot of good people. That's what I enjoy about the Manning. And being around Peyton and Eli and Archie, first-class people, and they're down to earth. And what you see, if you've watched their show that SEC did on those guys, on their family, and Cooper, those guys, they're exactly what you see. There's just real down-to-earth people that will spend time with you and everything, and really enjoy that every year in July.
Tom, you like to do Las Vegas odds. What would you say the odds are of John Brantley coaching again someday? You turn your mic.
Odds of him?
Yeah, if you say I'm
probably
a bet that he is going to coach again someday, what would the odds be?
Probably 1-9.
Really?
Probably 1-9.
Really?
He's going. I have no doubt.
It's a little high, but
no.
1-9.
1-9.
Yeah.
Because I have no doubt he's going to coach again. I think it's when and where, not if. I've hung out with him a little bit during the years that I've been doing, the 2 years that I did high school football with Marion County High School football, that they were a part of the games and everything. He was quick to tell you he resigned. He didn't retire.
Well,
so you wouldn't get Vegas's. If you put Vegas odds on it, you'd have to bet a lot of money to get a little return.
I'm gonna make it much lower than that.
No, buddy, 1-9 is.
I thought you had 1-9 against. You're saying
no, 1-9 that he'll coach again. 1-9
is.
That's not long odds at all. That's short odds.
You're saying, that he'll coach.
Yeah, he will coach.
Okay, you're
again.
saying that he will, not that he won't coach.
No, he'll coach again.
Misunderstood you. I thought you said 1-9 that he won't coach again.
No.
Okay. I'm gonna make you about even money.
Well, it'd take the right situation and everything. And I was fortunate, in a private school, you're able to do some things like I was able to. In the public school sector, I don't know if if it's even allowed to be a head coach and not be a part of the school. I'm not sure about that. So that kind of gets rid of a lot of schools for opportunities in those areas. But no, we'll see.
Corky's got to step down eventually.
Yeah, I know, but I like Ocala. I want to stay around Ocala. That's what I told the families that night. I said, I'm not going anywhere. I mean, I love Ocala. I'd like to retire here in Ocala. But there's a lot of good things I'm going to do. I was already talking about, doing. We're going to continue to do our football camps. I'm going to do some private lessons with kids and quarterbacks. I also want to put some things together to help youth coaches. I think we as high school coaches and college coaches, I'm getting ready to leave next Saturday to go up to Louisville to the, our national coaches convention up there, where all your college and some of your high school and coaches are up there. They meet every year at a national deal. And there's nothing for youth coaches. And I get frustrated by watching some of the Marion County youth football. They practice at our fields and all over Marion County. There needs to be something for these guys to go see. I mean, they need to have the same features and opportunities that we have to go visit and hear other people talk about how to build a program, how to do drills, how to do this. And I think that's only enhanced in helping our kids out in this community. So I want to work on doing something that help our youth coaches become better coaches.
Interested in your opinion on this. This will take more than the time we got for the break now to discuss this, and I'm going to ask you to step outside of your of your purview, as they say. Forget that you are connected with one school or another, that you formerly coached at Trinity, whatever, and just as a fan and supporter of high school football. I know you're not in the public sector, but you came from the public sector, and you and your brother or part of the team that won 2 state championships at Forest High School, and you still have a piece of you left at that school. I know you, even though you compete with a lot of the people, you want to see the schools do well here in the county. Right now, it looks like Marion County football, and Tom, you be able to weigh in on this, is really just a little bit down, except for North Marion maybe. I want to we come back from break, just kind of give me your overall assessment of, and I know it's tough for you because you don't want to criticize anybody, but by the same token, I want to get your things about, as a fan, a supporter of Marion County High School football, the things you'd like to see happen. Don't answer it yet.
Yep.
And then I want to get your take on the Gators and Macklin and new coach McElwain, what you see there, and what kind of hope you can hold out for us that that maybe things will change for the better.
Well, keep that in mind for our conversation. 7 out of 10 teams in Marion County had losing records this year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's down.
Yeah.
So, and this Tom.
Without a doubt, football took a turn to the south in Marion County.
What's it going to take? I mean, that's what I want. I mean, I'm
too many high schools, buddy.
Well, I don't know.
Too many high schools.
Spreads the talent thin, I can tell you that.
Well, but
that's part of it.
Some of them ought to be up there. Trinity did it, Sharon. That's not public high school. But anyway, I think we all want, as Marion County residents, and residents of Ocala, those of us who live here, want to see an upgrade on high school football at every level, including safety and what have you, et cetera. But I just wondered if we're seeing a trend, if it's just something we're seeing because we're in a cycle, and what we can do as private citizens, not as coaches or radio talk show people, but as private citizens. One of them is Marion County Youth Football, naturally, to help build kids up. So think about that, and I'll expect you to have 20 minutes of unmitigated conversation with all your lucid comments with John Brantley. Stay tuned. Coming up next right here in the Voice of Ocala.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local. The Source.
When you were a kid, you had all sorts of toys. Toy cars, boats, trucks, entire toy boxes full of fun. Of course, you never really outgrow your toys, do you? It's just that now, instead of a box full, you have a garage full. Cars, trucks, boats, motorcycles, ATVs, and more. As you get older, your love of toys just gets stronger. So protect those toys the best way possible by switching to Allstate. An Allstate agent can help do the switching, paperwork, bundle all your policies together, and even find you a bunch of discounts. So if you love your toys, make sure you protect your toys by making one call to an Allstate agent.
Protect all your toys with Allstate and the McDonald Agency. Established in 1985, we have offices in Ocala and the Villages to better serve you. Give us a call at 622-2333. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability.
Are you in good hands?
If your car has outside is busted, or it's looking kind of rusted. If it's costing you too much dough, let it go, let it go, let it go.
Chris Spears here from Prestige Auto Sales. Are you frozen in an old car you hate? Let it go.
And drive a nicer, newer car for just $200 down, even if you've had credit problems in the past.
I asked my accountant, can I do something crazy and let people drive for just $200 down? Then he said something even crazier. Yes!
So you could cruise through the holidays for just $200 down. Don't let past credit problems keep you frozen in an old car you hate. Our For the People credit approval process is better than warm hugs. We warm up banks and lenders to your personal situation.
Even if you've had past credit problems.
So if your old car has you crying, finish your goodbying.
Let it go, let it go, let it go. But hurry in before we put this deal on ice. I'm Chris Spears and I'm a dealer for the people.
Visit Prestige Auto Sales or call 694-1234. Yes, 694-1234. See you at Prestige.
Fox News Radio, I'm Don Matheson. President Obama imposing additional sanctions on North Korea. Fox's Dan Springer reads from a letter the president is sending to Congress.
I have now determined that the provocative, destabilizing, and repressive actions and policies of the government of North Korea, including the destructive, coercive, cyber-related actions during November and December of 2014, constitute a continuing threat to the national security.
California officials say the new measures will boost road safety and increase the number of insured drivers.
It's the first business day under a new law in which immigrants without legal status can apply for a California driver's license. Thousands braved near-freezing temperatures to line up as early as 2 a.m.
Fox News Radio's Sharon Katchen. Senate Democratic leader Harry Reid injured on exercise equipment. He's expected back on Capitol Hill next week when Congress returns to session. Fox News. We report, you decide.
This is an announcement for all people who want to take a risk-free challenge to whiten their teeth in 5 minutes. By calling now, you can whiten your teeth in 5 minutes using clinically proven power swabs. This risk-free challenge is for people whose smile has been yellowed by coffee, tea, red wine, or smoking. The Power Swabs 5-minute challenge is available by responding to this advertisement. If lines are busy, try again. Because the Power Swabs 5-minute challenge is exclusive, it's not available in drugstores. Power Swabs was formulated by Dr. Martin Ginniger and whitens teeth with a patented tooth detergent and whitening agent. It's so effective, we challenge you to try it for 5 minutes to see how white your smile could be. Get it risk-free. Dial 1-800-663-0712. That's 1-800-663-0712. Transform your smile into a wow, you look great smile. Dial 1-800-663-0712. That's 1-800-663-0712.
Whether you're building it up or knocking it down, get it done, rent it now. Sunbelt Rentals is here to make your job a little easier. Our knowledgeable staff will help you find the right equipment for any job, big or small. Did you know that Sunbelt Rentals carries heaters, air conditioners, generators, lighting, traffic control, and so much more? So whether you're building it up or knocking it down, we've got the equipment you need. Get it done, rent it now. And right now, for a limited time, you can have it for less. Just by mentioning this ad, if you rent it Friday afternoon, you can keep it the whole weekend and only pay for 1 day. But this is a limited time offer, so stop into Sunbelt Rentals today, Northwest 27th, just a quarter mile east of I-75. For more information, just give us a call, 352-369-9101. 352-369-9101. Sunbelt Rentals. Get it done, rent it now. 352-369-9101.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Do you need a quick energy boost? Massage your ears. It can reduce fatigue for 81% of women. Just because you're out of work doesn't mean you shouldn't have business cards. Don't make that mistake. What should you put on it if you're unemployed? Use your last job title. As smart as they are, lefties are more likely to have minor accidents since things like knives, tools, and machines are typically designed for righties.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
One of the most common questions those nearing retirement are asking, will I outlive my money? Retirement questions like these and many more will be answered every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with hosts Francois and Julian Pozenet. Francois and Julian will help you put your retirement puzzle together. Catch Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement Saturdays at 9 a.m. on Ocala's News Talk, The Source 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
Welcome back to the Voice of Ocala. Buddy Martin, on his way back in, he had to go. John, you sent him out to get you coffee.
No, he went to get coffee, so we'll let him go. He probably got lost now.
Buddy, I need some coffee, buddy. Why don't you run and get it for me?
See him about 30 minutes. Then he'll come up with another question.
You know what? This mall is so busy right now, you would think, oh, there's Buddy Martin coming back in, sneaking.
Coffee back. I don't know after that.
Sneaking back in.
After all that, she gave me one instead of two. Anyway, it's busy. You're right. It's a busy day. John Brantley is our. Gosh, we thought last night, we've been doing this a long time, John.
Y'all started what, 96?
97, I believe, wasn't it, John?
I forget. It all runs together.
You're only on the air 1 month, 96.
Well, Buddy tells a story, John, that he likes to tell about you and him and a Winnebago or a motorhome. What he tells me that was just.
We did it one time. Which one we took the motorhome? We motorhome to Tennessee, I think. Tennessee one time.
He said that he'd much rather travel with Fran's beard than you. I don't know what that's about.
Fran's wasn't around then.
Well, we had fun. That was a good time and everything. And maybe now with my little bit more freedom of time, I might be able to do some more of that, buddy. We need to look at that.
Hey, we should. There's your stuff for the little cup of coffee you got there. Here's the story we got to tell. I'll let you tell it because you're the guest. But we did travel around to several SEC venues. Tennessee was one, and I know Auburn was one for sure. LSU was one, and we would get in the motorhome, and we would, with our friend, and we'd go out, we'd park at some place, and we'd broadcast. In those days, cell phones were still pretty new, weren't they, John?
Yeah.
And the first time we ever did a remote broadcast was driving up the highway toward Atlanta, where we had my cell phone, and we called the station back, and we broadcasted and talking about what we were doing.
From one of those like old Nokia Altel type phones.
Yeah, and I think we got
plugged into it.
Yeah, I think we got as much comment about that one show as anything. Just a bunch of guys on a motorhome going to a football game as we did anything. But the one story I want you to tell was the day we were at Auburn, and we stayed at the Florida Hotel, the parking lot.
In Montgomery. Didn't we stay in
Montgomery? Yeah, Montgomery Hotel where the Gators were staying.
Yeah.
And we were broadcasting from the lobby, which we did on Saturday mornings, the lobby of the hotel where the Gators were. And so we get up, 10 o'clock in the morning, whatever we were doing, right?
Yep.
And as they were talking, the Gator football team's getting ready, packing up, loading up on the buses, and we're sitting there at the table, and we're just yakking, talking. And what happened, John?
Well, then your boy Stephen Orr Spurrier comes by and sticks his head in and said, "Everybody's a star in L.A. County." So, he's looking at these two old boys from Ocala just trying to get by and everything, but he made a comment. But
that was a popular song back then.
Right, yeah.
And Jeremy Foley walked by that day. So, and we had Jeremy on. I mean, we had a lot of good things going on. We were kind of ahead of our time
you had a lot of your friends from Georgia we had on the show, remember?
Went to South Carolina.
Yeah, we went to South Carolina. Did you have Mike Bobo on one time? Or somebody you had on. Who was it?
Sure we did up at, I don't know if we had Bobo.
But you had several Georgia guys on.
Yep.
And it was fun. A lot of fun then. And all good times. Like you say, one of these days we'll do it again. Let's talk about Marion County High School football.
All right, you want to ask that question? Wait a minute. We had somebody call in.
A lady called in. She wanted to know, are there drawbacks to Trinity Catholic football?
I mean, I don't know how to take that question. If there are drawbacks. There's no drawbacks, Trinity. I mean, obviously, with me leaving there, things are going to change. The thing that I think is going to be a little disappointing is that, Coach Justin Wentworth, who was the only coach that was with me there all 7 years, I think there was a lot of people thought Justin would run with it, but he made it clear to them that he wanted to stage his own path, and he's become now the new head football coach at Williston High School over there with Scott Hall, who's the AD, and I thought they made an excellent choice, and I told Scott that I think Justin would do a great job. So Coach Wentworth leaving that, and he was my only steady guy that I had the whole time there. So I don't know. I know they've already got a committee put together. They've got over 200 applications in there, resumes in there to weed through and hopefully get the top 5 or 6 and bring them in and interview them. So I don't think there's any drawback. Still, there's some things I'm not happy about, but that just comes from the way I feel about it. But to get a great education and being in a great environment over there around a lot of good people, Trinity's just is a fantastic place, and I would never say anything bad about Trinity Catholic. It's been the best 11 years I've had. It's the best 4 years that my son had there as a student. So, no, there's no drawbacks to Trinity Catholic at this time.
Well, you brought up coaching staff, and a lot of people know that the head coach at Denellen High School left Denellen High School last year and came over and coached for you at Trinity. Do you know what Frank Beasley's doing nowadays?
No, well, he's kind of holding the ship down right there. I think he's been asked to help with some stuff. So Frank wants to stay. We got about four of our offensive linemen coming back next year, and I think Frank wanted to stay there. I don't think he wants the head job. I think he really enjoyed being an assistant coach this year. So depending on who they hire or whatever, he's hoping to hang on over there and be a coach. And I know whoever they bring in there is going to need coaches, and Frank Beasley would be a outstanding coach.
One of the best
to
coaches
have.
in the county.
Oh, yeah, just a great guy and really enjoyed it. And, he was probably the one that was disappointed that I was leaving, because he was enjoying his new time as assistant coach, coaching his 10 to 12 guys and going home right after practice and not having to put up with the chores of being a head coach. So, but Frank will be fine, and I think you'll see Frank back as a head coach in the next 2 to 3 years.
All right, getting back to the original question about the
It's
drawbacks.
Buddy shows, isn't it? It's Buddy show. Let's get back to Buddy's question.
That's all right. It's the John Brantley Show. Wherever you are, it's always the John Brantley Show. I'm just on it. It's your movie. I'm just in it. The fact is, when you look at it in perspective and you look at it like this, no, certainly a fine institution, academically, otherwise, they have excellent other teams there. They're very competitive. I have kids grandnieces and nephews that go there. And it's been a great institution for the county. And the difference is, well, I must disagree with you on, when you look at the level of excellence of the football program, which Kerwin brought on and you continued, you kind of set the legacy of the football program. And unless they're willing to commit to resources and commit to getting the right person there to coach, the likelihood of that level of excellence, let's be honest, you don't have to answer this. This is my comment. And Tom, you can comment too if you want to. The likelihood of that excellence continuing without that person, without those commitments, not very high.
No, not at all, because this was an instance where John Brantley was there from the beginning. Kerwin Bell was the head coach. John Brantley was there. Now, Coach Brantley carried on that tradition. They kept winning state championships under Coach Brantley and under Coach Bell. And I, for one, as a Catholic in this community, think that we need a competitive Catholic football team, because I grew up around Catholic football with Bishop Kenny in Jacksonville. And my take on it is, I know the person that ultimately has to say over how the football program, if it wins and loses and everything. And I know for a fact this guy wants to win.
Yeah, the Pope.
So no.
Oh,
well,
sorry.
He's the Pope. He's the Pope of Ocala, and he wants to win. He doesn't like to lose. He's a very competitive man. So the excellence will either be there, or he'll let it be known he's not happy.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how it all turns out. All right, let's move on to the University of Florida. You played there. You're Steve Spurrier's first quarterback. You've been a fan. Your son played there, started. Named a permanent captain. You have your brother there was an all-SEC linebacker, a great player, until he got injured. You guys got hurt in the same game, didn't you?
Yep. Georgia Tech.
Amazing.
Week two.
So the legacy, you have a brick in the stadium, okay? Let's say, or several. And I know you care about it greatly. You're a great Gator fan. You met McElwain, Jim McElwain. You've been in his presence. You spent an hour or two with him. Nobody knows how well he's going to coach yet, including him. But with the hires he's made, with his defensive coordinator from Mississippi, his quarterback is the offensive coordinator from Michigan and formerly of Alabama, the people he's brought on board there, and the way he's going, what is your sense of what has happened so far? And if you were in the business of a weatherman, predicting the weather, what would be the forecast?
I have no idea. I know some of the guys that he's hired. I know Jeff Collins. He recruited and got a commitment out of Darren McNair, one of our linebackers at Trinity. So I've met Jeff. Jeff's been in our office a few times. Obviously, I know Randy Shannon. Randy Shannon's been around.
Good hire, huh?
Good hire. That's a South Florida hire. And it doesn't look like T-Rod's going to hang around, so they had to make that deal. But those are the only ones that I really know. I was really intrigued in sitting with him and hearing what he had to say. He picked up in a hurry, and it doesn't surprise me because he's been around the best. When he was around Alabama and Saban, he knows what it takes to build a football program. And so he's going to have to put his best guys out there. Who those guys are, he's going to know because he's got to understand, which he does, that if this is my deal and this was my one shot at the SEC and putting it together, I better get the guys around me I trust, I'm going to have fun with, who's going to work hard, and they're going to recruit every day. And if he gets those guys, he's got a chance, and I think he will get those guys because he knows them. So who he hires, he must think the world of them, or because that's where he's banking and putting his time in. And that's where you can sit here and argue about Muschamp. We thought he was making some good hires, and they didn't turn out to be good hires.
Yeah, on the other hand, Dan Quinn's up for a NFL head job, so you never know.
Yeah, he made some great hires, and then he made some hires offensively that didn't work out. And everybody argues and talks to me about Jeff Driscoll. I'm a big Jeff Driscoll guy, but he's – if he hangs around the University of Florida, he'd have his fourth different offensive coordinator, and I don't care who you are.
Well, he's going to have one either way.
He's going to have it either way, whether he goes or what. So it's a tough deal that he made there, but I like what I'm hearing from Coach McElwain. I think he's going to have to get the support and some stuff from Jeremy Foley to be successful. What that means is that he's going to, he wants to do some things to elevate this program. Does that mean getting a indoor facility? I don't know. That will only help. Does that mean upgrading the education part of it, the facility over there?
$25 million.
They got a heck of a commitment out of that.
I guess it's matching $25 million.
Yep.
So $50 million on as I understand it now, a facility for athletes and grades and nutrition and all that sort of stuff.
And I'm going to tell you, and that was one area I thought Florida already did a great job. I mean, that's one thing I told Coach Mack that day we met. I said, one of the areas that I don't feel like you really need to jump and bang your hand on the desk and require is the support you're getting from the education, because it's one of the best I've ever seen. If you're a football player and you go to the University of Florida and you don't graduate, you just did not try.
It's on you.
It's on you because it's there if you want it. Right. But there's some areas that I think Coach he's recognized to Jeremy that we need to upgrade and do some things, and they're going to give him every chance to be successful. And I'm pulling for the guy.
All right, when we come back, we got about 2 minutes. I'm going to tell you the one thing I like so far, the best about him, and you tell me the one thing you like so best about McElwain. All right, Coach McElwain, the University of Florida. We'll take a break. John Brantley in the house. More coming to you in just a moment on
1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local. The Source.
Right on the southwestern corner of the square sits one of the finest dining establishments in Florida, Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood Restaurant. Mark's offers big city dining amenities in a charming and small town setting. It's a rare treat to experience both the ambiance and the exquisite cuisine in a friendly atmosphere. Ocala's finest restaurant serves the finest beef, the freshest seafood, premium wines, and naturally fresh vegetables. From valet parking to splendid service, Mark's offers the complete package. Check it out today. Mark's Prime Seafood and Steakhouse Restaurant.
Let's give it up for old asphalt and a new pair of shoes. Let's give it up for a good rhythm meeting a sweet melody. For a church cookout under clear skies. Let's give it up for good things coming together, like bundling your auto and other policies together with an Allstate agent, which can save you time and keep you better protected. Let's give it up for good.
To receive your comparative insurance quote, contact the McDonald Agency at 622-2333.
Imagine yourself in a quaint bistro right in the heart of a charming French village about to indulge in real French cuisine. Located in beautiful, vibrant downtown Ocala, La Cuisine offers authentic French cuisine and wine from an award-winning menu. Patrice and Elodie moved to Ocala in 2009 because they fell in love with it. And you're going to fall in love with La Cuisine if you haven't already. La Cuisine offers a quick bite for lunch or a leisurely dinner in a comfortable and relaxed setting. So call La Cuisine of Ocala today at 352-433-2570. It's like a direct call to Paris. If you need a sign or a banner for your yard or your business or your campaign, I'd recommend you go to Signs Unlimited at 318 South Magnolia in Ocala. Screen printing, embroidery, digital graphics. Do what I did when we needed signs for the Save the Marion Theater Group. Go see Vic Buttermore at Signs Unlimited if you want quality work with a fast turnaround from somebody who is deeply committed to his community and always ready to assist you. There's a reason Vic's slogan is, "It's our business to make your business better." Sign up for Signs Unlimited. Call 732-7341 today.
Your home is safe, or is it? AA Lock, Dock, and Security. The name has been a staple in Ocala since 1985. Do you have the right equipment in place to have peace of mind when you are at home or away? AA Lock, Dock, and Security has the right people to install and monitor your home or business. Call today for a free on-site security analysis. Call 867-1965. AA Lock, Dock, and Security, 219 Northwest 10th Street, 867-1965.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. After some dense fog around the area this morning, we'll see clouds and breaks of sun today with a warm afternoon high of 76 to 80. Mostly cloudy tonight, low 63 to 67. Tomorrow, intervals of clouds and sunshine and warm, the high 80 to 84. Sunday, clouds and some sunshine and warm, high 80 to 84. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Come be swept away with medieval magic by volunteering at the 29th Annual Hogtown Medieval Fair on January 24th and 25th and January 30th through February 1st at the Alachua County Fairgrounds. Volunteers will take tickets, oversee exhibits, or provide breaks for the artists. Become a part of Gainesville's rich tradition of community service. Volunteers will receive a one-day pass. Applications can be downloaded at gvlculturalaffairs.org or call the City of Gainesville at 352-393-8536.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
We are The Source, WOCA.
Couple of minutes ago with John Brennan. I don't know if you're sticking around part of the next hour or not, but if you are, you're welcome to do so. The one thing I want to get in, my comment on McElwain, then I have a question for you. What I like about what he's done, I love what he said in his press conference about having a column on the right side of his call sheet that says, get the ball to underline blank spot, and then writing numbers in that spot. You're an old quarterback. You know, you preach this. There's certain guys who got to get the ball. In my opinion, Florida has not done a very good job of that in the last 3 or 4 years. What do you think?
Yep, I agree. I mean, I had a call sheet where I had to get the ball 8 to 10 times to London Gaskin this year. You know, I needed to get the ball to him. You know, the Quandre Woods kid that rushed for 1,000 yards for us. Those two guys right there needed to touch the ball 20 times. Dean Nicola needed to touch it 6 or 8 times. So right there, you know, there's 28 balls. They need to be in your best players.
And coaches get lost in the heat of battle.
Yeah.
You just what's going on. You forget the number one priority, get the ball to this guy, right?
Or you don't have him on the field. That's what gets you. I mean, like Georgia, a couple times this year,
Ed Worley didn't have Worley in the game.
He's not. Gurley's not even. He's on the sideline.
Gurley, he's not even on the goal line.
So it makes it tough.
Yeah.
Well, the thing I like about and I like that, but the thing I like what I'm hearing, if he'll do it, which I think he will, or he wouldn't say it. I'd build a wall around Florida. recruit the heck out of Florida.
I would agree 100%.
And maybe go to South Georgia or include Georgia. If you can't get 25 players a year from the state of Florida and Georgia, I must be missing something.
Your brother showed me a story last night about the teams that are playing the playoffs.
Yeah, the Final Four.
The state that's got the most players from?
Florida, 36 players.
Yeah. So, and that was, of course, Florida State. But, I mean, the bottom line is, you want to stay around for a minute? You got to go. All right, John Brantley in the house coming up next on Blaze Sports Base. Plus, Joe Williams talking about the big playoff games yesterday. Stay tuned to the Voice of Ocala.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local. The Source.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And so is State Farm agent Angie Lewis, working hard to serve her community as a citizen and insurance agent. Angie wants to help you as you adjust your insurance needs to your life. From everything to helping educate your teen driver to protecting your family against everyday risk. She wants to change the way you perceive insurance by developing relationships with her clients, which is why Angie and her staff are proud to be a part of so many good causes in Ocala. In turn, she has chosen to single out those who step up as leaders. Each month on the Voice of Ocala, Angie spotlights a good neighbor, saluting those who give exceptional service or do random acts of kindness to others. For this, Angie was written up in State Farm's National Magazine. Angie also supports local businesses with a regular Biz Buzz.
Hi, I'm State Farm agent Angie Lewis. Come see me and my team for all your insurance and financial needs in the beautiful downtown historic district, 416 East Fort King Street, or call 291-2444.
Hello, I'm Dawn Lovell, lead event designer and owner at Party Time Rentals. Have you ever wondered what it takes to make an event spectacular? Well, look no further. It's what we do every day, whether you're hosting an intimate dinner for 10 or a gala for thousands. At Party Time Rentals, we find just the right style and elegance to make your event a success. Our extensive inventory of the finest in chandeliers, tents, crystal, china, and specialty items is featured in our fabulous showroom. Stop by and say hello. It's a great way to get ideas for an event and experience for yourself how you can make your party time special.
Party Time Rentals, located on Southwest 10th Street, just off Route 200 in Ocala, and off Southwest 34th Street in Gainesville. For more information, call 352-629-8858. That's 352-629-8858. The party begins at Party Time.
Nestled in the heart of horse country, just off I-75 exit 354, the award-winning and newly refreshed Howard Johnson Inn of Ocala invites you to pamper yourself in one of our comfy guest rooms. Enjoy our free and fast Wi-Fi, heated outdoor swimming pool, 24-hour fitness center, and our deluxe continental breakfast. Other on-site amenities include a restaurant, putt-putt golf, and a car wash. Go happy, go Hojo at the Howard Johnson Inn of Ocala.
Proud sponsor of College of Central Florida basketball on WOCA The Source.
Let's face it, nowadays it can be hard to find American-made products, and that's something that Cabinet Sales of North Florida is well aware of. That's why they're an authorized dealer of Wellborn Cabinetry, family-owned and American-made since 1961. Cabinet Sales of North Florida is your answer for complete turnkey kitchen remodels and whole house cabinetry. Their cabinets are finished with solvent-based enamels for a long-lasting finish that's second to none. Available in an incredible selection of door styles and colors to choose from to turn your dream kitchen into a reality. In-house design and drawing services are available. Come by and see our displays for yourself at the Floors of the Villages, 3935 County Road 216 in Oxford, or Exquisite Design Kitchen and Bath in Bellevue, right across the street from the Bellevue Library. So whether you're looking for bookcases, kitchen, bath, or outdoor kitchen, Cabinet Sales of North Florida is your one-stop source of quality cabinets. For a free estimate, call 352-427-2647. That's 352-427-2647. Cabinet Sales of North Florida.
One of the most common questions those nearing retirement are asking, will I outlive my money? Retirement questions like these and many more will be answered every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with hosts Francois and Julian Pozenet. Francois and Julian will help you put your retirement puzzle together. Catch Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement Saturdays at 9 a.m. on Ocala's News Talk, The Source 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
Hey, I'm Gary.
And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need
too.
my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new truck.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Okay, I don't know. Brantley shows up, nothing works. I don't know what it is. So our open doesn't come
So
on.
it's supposed to be Fox News that didn't play.
Fox News?
Yeah, Fox News didn't play.
So I'm filling in for Fox News?
You're filling in for Fox News.
Okay. Well, here you go. Look at here. Go Gators. There's a chomper right there, right? There's a certain picture out there making the rounds on the websites and the internet of some guys doing the Gator chomp last night during the game. I don't know who that person is exactly. It seems to be some familiar faces, which now it's kind of, it hadn't gone viral, but it's on a lot of people's Twitter account. I'm just saying. I think I see a couple of Brantleys and another guy in there doing the chomp. So watching the FSU game, huh?
Did y'all see it? One guy finally sent it to me last night. I'm not a tweeter or any of that stuff, so Facebook,
we're going to bring you to the 21st century, by the way.
Not yet. I have a reason to do it.
You got a fax machine yet?
No, I got rid of the fax machine.
John Brantley in the house. We've been. Way to go. Oh, there's the open of the show. Let it play. That's all right. Let it play. Let's let it play. Since we have Fox News, we'll just talk over it. There's our open there.
I forgot about the open was going to come. So we did our thing right. Yeah. Fox News just did.
Yeah, this is Tom's first day on the first week of the job.
It's a new year. Yeah, he's off to a great start, which doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, he's like Charlie. He don't want to get that text. So there's you hear in the background. You're hearing Brendan Martin's voice. Yeah, this is the show. It's called Buddy Sports Page, and we're talking in the break about commercials, also the bowl games, the unevenness of the bowl games. And what can we learn? I think sometimes we try to say, well, I'm going to make a profound statement now. I've seen the bowl games, and here's what I see. Obviously, John Brantley, the surprise is the SEC West has really taken a dive, considering they were called the greatest conference in the history of the game. Never mind the whole conference. SEC West was lauded as the greatest group ever to play. They're all rated in the top 10, and boy, all of a sudden, that's changed.
The bottom two are the only ones to win games. Arkansas and A&M are the only two in the West to win games. And now the East could go undefeated, couldn't it?
5-0. If Florida, Tennessee's on their way.
Tennessee's winning 38-7, 35-7 right now. Tennessee's winning, so it looks like they're going to win unless we have another one of those comebacks, which we had earlier today. And hopefully Florida can get it done tomorrow, which I don't know. We were talking about that at the break. Yeah. I don't know what Florida team's going to show up, and you just don't know. When you're in a situation like they are with the coaches all looking for other jobs. As soon as they get off the field, they're on their cell phones making phone calls. You just don't know where the priorities are, and hopefully they'll show up and play well and represent the University of Florida. But by everything you read and everything, it sounds like they've all been professional, and the kids have responded. So
yeah, but
hopefully they can go out on a good note.
I understand the effort, but basically your heart's not really in it. I mean, you're trying to play hard, and you quit. Speaking of quitting, boy, how about Herb Street last night calling out FSU saying they quit?
Yeah, I heard you say that last night.
And say it in the third quarter, I guess, late in the third quarter. So, I mean, how much is it, John? You were, in effect, a lame duck coach this year. You knew you were going to resign, but you didn't. Didn't say anything, and some people knew, but you put full boat effort out there every week. You played hard. You had a really good year. You played a close game at the end against a great football team, and even though the score says otherwise, you basically lost by 4 points because the other touchdown was just sort of a gimme. So how did you keep your focus?
Well, I mean, these guys are all competitive. It doesn't matter. I mean, you're just not going to lose that much focus. I mean, if you got that coaching in you and you want to win as bad as these guys do, and I know because we all took them out to dinner. We all cooked steaks out at Island Lake 2 weeks ago. We had the entire Gator staff down there. And, yeah, there's a lot of disappointment and everything, but these guys are competitors. I mean, these guys are all former athletes. They're former players, and you keep going. And, half these guys, they're being judged by their performance tomorrow.
They're playing for a job.
They're playing for a job. And that's what I enjoyed about that Houston game earlier. I mean, there were two interim coaches and staffs out there playing against each other, and it ends up 35-34, 36-35, and those guys played their fannies off, and they didn't quit. I mean, Houston scored 29 points in the fourth quarter. So right there tells you got to hand it to those guys to keep those kids going when they were down, probably 22 points.
Well, you've been around the game a long time. I have too, and I don't know it from the X's and O's standpoint like you do, but one thing that you do know is that teams who have an edge, there were some angry teams out there. TCU was an angry team. They looked like they made fools of the selection committee because for first of all, they're putting them up and dropping them, and then dropping them after they win by, 50-something points, 52 points. Now they came out and they put a hurting. Was it Ole Miss?
Ole Miss.
They put a hurt.
And I thought they should have been in the Final Four. I mean, I don't know where you would have slotted them, but they should have been.
Well, who do you knock out? People say, well, Florida State. That's easy in hindsight.
Yeah. They're undefeated. You had to put them in there. I hate to say it. I would have knocked out Ohio State.
Yeah, and then whoever you'd have been, one of the best teams would have been out. It's clear they got to go to 8. They got to go to 8, and you know it's going to happen. Of course, they'll never be happy with 8 either. But, I mean, clearly.
I don't think they'll go to 8.
I think they will. You know why? Cash YOLO, man. A lot of money. And when's the last time you heard college football turning down a lot of cash?
Well, it took them a long time to get to this, get to 4.
The bowls were making so much. BCS making so much money. So that they had that, basically. But now there's more.
Well, they're 4 to 6 years from going to 8 if they do that. So.
Well, maybe. They can change those rules if they want to.
Yeah.
But the money's right, and college football needs money. And, John, do you agree with me? I've said this for years, forever, and since you were playing high school football, I've been saying this. Literally, actually, they're going to this 65 to 70 man super conference. That's what it's going to be in college football. Yep. That's what it is. The 5 power conferences
already is,
and a couple of independents, and that's what it's going to be. And they're going to end up having 8 teams out of that group.
Yeah, and I don't know what's going to happen in these smaller schools. I think you're going to see a lot more UABs here coming up.
I agree. It's already happened.
Yeah.
Have you seen the list of money losing? There's a list out there, and I read it on the program, of teams that owe money, are losing money. I'm talking about 35, 30, 40 million in red. These schools are. It's a long list. There are not that many who actually are making money. How are you going to support that? It's tough.
It's going to get tougher.
Yeah.
Football's in trouble.
Let me just, so you can see how much money they could make, let me give you, if we had 8 teams right now, these would have been the matchups. Alabama would have played Michigan State. Oregon would have played Mississippi State. Florida State would have played TCU, and Ohio State and Baylor would have played each other in the first round.
All right.
That's a bunch of money.
Oh, yeah.
And pretty good football
everybody
games.
would have watched them, too.
Just going over the scores and stuff, which we'll do here just for people who might not know. Tom, we can do that. Let's go Let's go check the headlines, though, first, Tom, and then we'll go over the scores of some of the games. And we'll read up just the recent ones the last 2 or 3 days.
J.J. Watt was a unanimous pick as an All-Pro for the AP All-Pro Associated Press in a move that is like, here's your sign. Houston's Watt was listed on all 50 ballots by a nationwide panel of media members who regularly cover the league, with 45 of the votes for defensive end and 5 for defensive tackle.
MVP? Bradshaw says he ought to be the MVP.
He was a first-team and a second-team tackle in getting his third straight selection.
And he was on the sideline of his college, too, this week.
Yes,
so
he was.
I was impressed with that.
LeBron James to miss at least 2 weeks with a bad back and a bad knee. He injured his left knee and back. The timing of the injuries are another blow to the Cavaliers, who have been jarred by medical issues and have not lived up to the hype that everybody thought they were going to be so far this season. So LeBron James down for 2. And as we've spoken about earlier, Oregon absolutely dominated Florida State in college football last night in the playoffs. It clinched its berth into the championship game. They overwhelmed the undefeated Florida State with tempo, and a swarming defense en route to a 59-20 win. And as we've already said, too, Ohio State beats Alabama in a Sugar Bowl. Tale of 2 teams. One third-string quarterback played well, and Sims, the quarterback for Alabama, picked the wrong time to have a bad football game.
Have a bad half.
That's the headlines.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of conferences, you know who's doing really well? The Pac-12. Won 5 of 6 matchups, so they're doing pretty good. They have three more teams to play too, so who knows how they'll be. Big Ten so far, Wisconsin, Michigan State, Ohio State have won. Minnesota lost, so they're what?
Did Iowa lose?
Yeah, Iowa's losing.
Yeah, they're losing right now.
And they were 5 and 6.
Yeah, doesn't K-State and Oklahoma State have a game to play? Also, they do, I believe.
Tonight.
Yeah,
so,
but they're in the Big 12.
I know. I'm just talking about the Big 12 conference too.
Right.
Here's what we got: Power 5 conferences. Pac-12 5-1, SEC 5-5, ACC 4-7, and Big 10 5-4. So.
And what's the Big 12?
Big 12 is, I just had it here. Big 12 is 1-4.
Yeah.
Wow. TCU, 1-4. So the league wasn't that strong, apparently. I don't know what you can judge from this. I think some teams just do better in the postseason. Some coaches prepare better. Let's take a break, come back. John Brantley with us for at least one more segment, however long he wants to be here. Joe Williams coming up at 5:40 to go over some of the bowl games. Of all the games, before we go to break, we'll come back, we'll talk about this. Of all the games we've seen in the last 48 hours, what team impressed you the most? Throwing out TCU, because that's easy. What team impressed you the most that we've seen play in the last 48 hours? We'll take it back to, let's see here. What's the date? What's that date, Tom, of 4 days ago? It would be, the 29th? So what team impressed you the last 4 days the most besides TCU? And we'll get your thoughts on that with John Brantley and Tom Schmitz after this timeout on Buddy Sports Page.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local on The Source.
Does osteoarthritis bring frustration with every step? Do pain and stiffness affect your everyday activities? If so, you may be interested in a research study for the treatment of pain associated with osteoarthritis. Renstar Medical Research is conducting a research study of an investigational medication for individuals between the ages of 40 and 75 and who have been treated for the pain associated with osteoarthritis for at least 3 months. Qualified participants will receive study-related medical care and investigational medication. Compensation for time and travel will be provided. To learn more about this osteoarthritis study, please call Renstar Medical Research in Ocala at 352-629-5800. Again, that's 352-629-5800. Hi, this is Buddy Martin. If you have an award or a trophy in your house, there's more than a good chance it came from BJ Trophies Gifts and Awards. At BJ Trophies, Floyd Hirschberger and his staff have a lot more than just trophies. Among the items they specialize in are donor recognition walls and trees, personalized or engraved gifts, cast bronze dedication plaques, wide format digital printing with posters, banners, and signs, and promotional products. Floyd is the official trophy and awards maker for the Voice of Ocala radio show and is North Central Florida's leader in custom recognition programs, corporate awards, industrial engraving, unique gifts, and advertising specialties. When Angie Lewis went shopping for something to award to the winners of her State Farm Good Neighbor Award, she shopped first at BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Check them out at 1735 Northeast Jacksonville Road on North Magnolia's Miracle Mile, or call them today at 352-732-2249. BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Trophies is just our middle name.
Guy Harvey Checking is now exclusively available at Gateway Bank. With Guy Harvey Checking, you will receive Gateway's premium checking account, plus several other Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation features, including membership to the Guy Harvey Hammerhead Nation, free Guy Harvey t-shirt, and an exclusive Guy Harvey debit card. At Gateway Bank, we will make a $50 donation to the Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation for every new account opened. This is just one more reason why people choose Gateway Bank. Sign up today for your exclusive Guy Harvey checking account with Gateway. Details available at gatewaybankcfl.com, member FDIC.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're ocalaforsale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to ocalaforsale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, rust proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Do you have areas that have started sagging or drooping? Is what you're looking at not quite the same as it was years ago? Are there enhancements you've been putting off? Is there serious damage you need fixed? Then call on us, Damage Control Services. When your roof is sagging and the drywall is drooping after a storm, or your home just needs some enhancements, from damage repairs to new construction, Damage Control Services is here to help.
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to join me Thursday at 11 a.m. for Health Matters. Ocala Health and Strive have teamed up to bring you the latest information on good health services available to you right here at home. This vital information will help you make informed decisions about your health. So don't forget to join me here at 11 a.m. Thursday. It's news you can use from Ocala Health, Strive, and your friends here at WOCA.
What are the most common questions those nearing retirement are asking? Will I outlive my money? Retirement questions like these and many more will be answered every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with hosts Francois and Julian Pozenet. Francois and Julian will help you put your retirement puzzle together. Catch Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement Saturdays at 9 a.m. on Ocala's News Talk, The Source 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
Last couple minutes with John Brantley. He stops by once a year. Good to have him here.
Twice. Well, it's first time.
This first time.
First and only.
Yeah,
this
so
year.
once a year. This is it. This is the time. So
Get you out of the way early this year.
Yeah, 2016.
Get you out of the way.
We'll see you again next 2016.
Yeah, thanks for playing.
We're like the Poinsettia Bowl for John Brantley.
Yeah. All right. The task at hand was to pick the team that you were really impressed with. And it didn't have to be in one of the major bowls. I'm going to go first just because.
Because you're oldest.
Because it's my show.
I thought he said it was John Brantley's show earlier on the radio.
That's over.
We can rewind the tape.
That person, that's over. That segment's gone. To be revisited. But I'm just going to say this because the team I would hate to play next year is this team. Arkansas looks bad. I mean, bad in a good way. They put a hurting on a bad Texas team.
Stole my team.
Well, I mean, you could say two if you want to. I just was first.
I'm Arkansas. I think second half of the season they were the best football team. They shut out 2 teams in the SEC.
Yeah, and almost won another one.
Everybody talks about their offense and how strong their offensive line and running the ball. Nobody talks about their defense. I think second half of the year they had the best defense in the SEC. So.
What was that Alabama score? You remember?
It
pretty
was
close.
It was
1 point.
1 point.
Yeah, pretty close.
13. No, it was 14-13. I think.
Of course, I guess it's no big deal beating Alabama anymore. I don't know. All right, so who you got, big boy?
I'm of course a homer, buddy. So I'm going to go with the home team guy, Paul Johnson.
Luckily, you can't say Georgia Southern. The
way Georgia Tech beat Mississippi State, and Georgia Tech does nothing. You know what Georgia Tech's going to do when they're one dimensional. You know what they're going to do.
Here we come.
All you can do is stop it. All you have to do is stop it. And the fact that Georgia Tech's won 10 ball games again. I mean, it's just amazing to me how good Paul Johnson's doing at Georgia Tech.
Well, you say one-dimensional. That's a tough. He's only won, I think, 1 or 2 bowl games because people had more time to get ready for him. But what a super job that guy does. You got to hand it to him.
Thomas had a big game.
Well, I'm a big Georgia Tech fan. I enjoy what they do. I mean, I probably wouldn't want to coach that offense in today's time just because it doesn't probably showcase your athletes. But I think he's added enough twist to it to get some good receivers to come there.
2 of the best NFL receivers, both with Georgia Tech.
And if you add that dimension to it, they're only going to get stronger. So, no, I think – I'd love to see Arkansas and Georgia Tech play. I think that'd be a heck of a game right now.
Game.
Yep.
But, and the thing about Paul Johnson is he's a heck of a nice guy, too. He's a great guy, one of the nicest people you'll ever meet, except during sunrises because he doesn't read fast enough.
Here's my backup. I'll let you have Arkansas because I know we both agree on it. Clemson.
I don't know if that was so impressive.
11,
Oklahoma was
46.
Yeah, but Oklahoma just laid an egg.
You got to put. They got 11 wins this year too. I mean, they beat South Carolina, which is
Well, it was the most disappointing team, and I like Clemson too. If you're going to talk about the most disappointing, it's got to be. Well, no, Oklahoma.
Well, yeah, they'd be right up there.
I mean, they didn't show up at all.
They did Ole Miss, but.
Well,
but TCU's a better football team than Clemson.
59 yards they had, Oklahoma, wasn't it?
Right, yeah.
59 total yards.
It was bad.
Yeah. I wonder if Bob Stoops ever got a call from Jeremy.
You know what? He should have returned it if he did, because we said earlier this week that, man, what was he thinking? He needed to get Jeremy there and say, I'm in. Let's go. I'm ready to go to Crescent Beach. No?
Bob Stoops is an outstanding football coach.
But you know what? The man himself, Steve Spurrier, said this, and you know this because you coach a long time. Sooner or later, they get tired of you.
Yeah.
And there's no better case in my mind right now than Bob Stoops with Oklahoma. I don't care what you've done for me in the past. It's now. Spurrier claims it's happened to him at Florida. They were getting tired of him.
Well, some coach made a comment to me one time. He said, John, keep in mind, if you place long enough, you lose 10% of your support base every year you're there. And, if you sit back and think about that, that's probably true. There's people not going to like what you do, what you say, how you wear your hair, or what you do. And that, you're there 10 years, you probably need to move on or whatever. So
I'm going to add to your list of disappointments. Florida State's got to be right up there, too.
I don't.
Disappointed.
Why?
Oh, because they came in with a lot of reputation. They were a Final Four team. They played like dogs. That's why. You have to say that because the expectations were greater, although certainly Oklahoma was a disappointing performance. Let's talk about why Oregon is so good.
Fast pace. I mean, they got skilled athletes. They run around. And here again, they're like Arkansas. Everybody talks about their offense. Their defense doesn't get near as much credit as they deserve.
They played well, and they hit hard. They hit hard. They were physical last night.
And they can run. They can play football. So he's vastly improved that side of the football to give him a chance to win a national championship.
You know what I think? Timing. Their timing is impeccable. The one time that Mariota pump fake, and threw that pass for a touchdown, you know they bet on that thing. Just and they set that guy up.
You got to set it up. That's
right. And that pitch play that he ran, you thought that was unbelievable. You know that he pitched it out to the wide receiver.
Out to a wide receiver.
Yeah, you thought that was a great play.
Yeah.
Stretch it out.
Oh, I like what they're doing. I like what they're doing on both sides of the ball.
You know, I run the jet sweep when you can do that. You just accomplish the same thing, right?
Yep. You know the thing about Oregon that's so impressive, and this is a mark of a champion, is every time Florida State turned the ball over, Oregon made them pay for it.
They did.
When you get a turnover, they cashed it in every time, and that's what champions do. They take the stuff you give them and hurt you for giving it to them.
All right, time to pick these final remaining games. Got a couple bowl games left. One of them is Florida, East Carolina. I don't even know the line, Tom. You can look at it.
6.5 was this morning.
East Carolina's favorite? Or Florida?
Florida's favored by 6.5.
I give me some East Carolina on that.
I think East Carolina's going to win the football game.
I saw them play in Columbia. I was up there for that game. A lot of times you can tell more about a team when you see them live. You can't TV. I was really impressed with them.
I think East Carolina's going to win the football game.
I love East Carolina in that game. It was 6.5. So what do you?
I'm not saying nothing.
Come on, John. Grow some.
I tell you what, I would take the points.
Yeah.
And I hope Florida wins by 4.
Well, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah.
That's but I mean, we're not talking about our hearts. We're talking about the game.
I just hope they show up just because of DJ.
Of course, we all want to see them
see that. But I'm going to tell you, East Carolina, except for that collapse they had against UCF, I couldn't believe that in the fourth quarter.
I couldn't
that was disappointing. All right, next game.
The next game, well, the big game, of course. I'm going to ask you to pick Toledo and Arkansas State. But the big game is Oregon, Ohio State now. And
we got more bowl games, don't we?
No, buddy, we got Kansas State, UCLA.
Yeah.
Well, okay, go ahead.
That's a great football game.
Go ahead, pick it. What's the line?
The line, I don't have the lines right here.
K-State -1, so that's an evenly matched game.
I'm taking K-State all day in that game.
I like what he does.
He does a good job.
Snyder's for a guy who's over the hill at 75. He is amazing.
I like the quarterback at UCLA. I like he does a great job. I'm going UCLA on that one.
On that one?
All right, Washington, Oklahoma State tonight at 10:15. I know I won't be watching that.
Yeah, I have no feel for that game whatsoever.
Washington -7. Oklahoma State, beat Oklahoma. Which
they did. They were impressive. But now, in retrospect, it wasn't all that impressive. After you see what they did.
Speaking of Oklahoma State, help me out with this. How was Mike Gundy's name ever mentioned for the Florida job?
Somebody was smoking something on that.
Vegas had him as the odds-on favorite.
What does Vegas know about hiring coaches? They know how to pick games.
Good
right?
night.
There's a reason all those bulbs are lit up out there.
Ohio State doesn't make the conversation as the most impressed by. Come on, man. Mark Cummins just told me he wants to know why Ohio State didn't make it. All right, he's a valid. We haven't gotten to that, but what about Ohio State? I tell you what,
I'm impressed, but I don't think they're impressive enough to beat. And let me just say this: if they win the national championship, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I was impressed with: their willingness to throw the football deep. Late in the game, up by 6.
Well, I don't know who made that call.
But I'm just saying, they were willing to do it.
That isn't Urban Meyer, I remember.
And a great call on the zone blitz where the Big 88 backed off and they dropped back. Great defensive call. The skilled athletes, that kid Ezekiel Elliott, my word, where did he come from?
How about the receivers block on the linebacker?
Absolutely, great.
How does a receiver throw the ball with pinpoint accuracy on the money into traffic to another receiver?
Cummins, you're right. It was a very impressive thing. But I won't be surprised they win the national championship. Sounds like a politician. He's got you, John. He nailed you. You're trying to waffle on it a little bit.
I may run for sheriff.
Well, Chris Bear might have something.
And I wouldn't even say anything about Florida.
The bottom line is it was a very impressive performance. The defensive backs of Ohio State made some great plays on the ball, I thought. And I was surprised.
It's a typical Urban Meyer football team
they are.
right
and
there.
The
they play hard. They're going to give it all they have, and they're going to overachieve, even though I think they got outstanding football players. He walked into a perfect situation up there.
Well, 36-3 ain't a bad record.
Well, what impresses me, and talking what he's talking about, that third string quarterback's winning these big ball games.
He looks like an NFL player right now.
Oh, yeah. He made some big runs.
Johnny Brantley, thank you, buddy. Appreciate
it. Y'all.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
All right, more coming your way with Joe Williams. Talk more about the bowl games right here on Buddy Sports Page.
WOCA, the source.
Guy Harvey Checking is now exclusively available at Gateway Bank. With Guy Harvey Checking, you will receive Gateway's premium checking account plus several other Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation features, including membership to the Guy Harvey Hammerhead Nation, free Guy Harvey t-shirt, and an exclusive Guy Harvey debit card. At Gateway Bank, we will make a $50 donation to the Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation for every new account opened. This is just one more reason why people choose Gateway Bank. Sign up today for your exclusive Guy Harvey checking account with Gateway. Details available at gatewaybankcfl.com, member FDIC.
Hi, this is Randy Briggs of the Briggs Law Firm. My son Bo and I practice exclusively in the representation of accident victims. And we've been asked many times why we would support and sponsor the program Ask the Cops with Sheriff Blair and Chief Graham, who are in the world of criminal law enforcement. Well, these legal rights actually overlap. In civil law enforcement, we're in the business of recovering for victims of accidents that which has been taken away from them and holding the responsible party accountable. Both civil law and criminal law share those common goals. So we're all in the field of law enforcement, and for that reason, we're proud to sponsor Ask the Cops on the Voice of Ocala with Buddy Martin. So if your family or a friend needs help in an accident situation, feel free to contact us at our website, www.the Briggs Law Firm. We're located in the Ocala Historic District.
Stay with us and sleep better at the Sleep Inn and Suites of Ocala Bellevue, located next door to Don Garlett's Museum and a few minutes from Florida Horse Park. Our award-winning, newly refreshed Sleep Inn and Suites offers comfy, clean rooms, free fast Wi-Fi, and service with a smile. Start your day with a deluxe hot breakfast and unwind in our heated outdoor pool. Our convenient 24-hour fitness and business centers allow you to stay on track whether you're here to play or to work. That's Sleep Inn and Suites, Ocala Bellevue.
Proud sponsor of College of Central Florida basketball.
Thank y'all. Let me know what.
We got issues here. I don't know what it is. Fox is not working today.
Fox is not working.
They're not working. They're taking the time off. The news, whatever. So I guess we'll have. I don't know if we'll have Clark Howard or not at the top of the hour. So we'll see about that.
He's on a different broadcast.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, we apologize. If you're looking for the news, this is not it.
And we got to take a break in about a minute because it's going to start again. The hard thing will kick in.
Okay, well, there we go. There's John. John Brantley, always a classy guy, that's what I got to say. So,
we got about 45 seconds in the.
All right, well, coming up next, we're going to talk to Joe Williams. We'll go over some of these other bowl games. And I think Mark Cummins made a very good point about Ohio State. A lot of Gator fans don't like to talk about it because they don't like Urban. They're mad at him for what he did. So we'll address that. I'll give you my honest thoughts about that. All I got to say, it was a very impressive performance, and Mark's right about Ohio State. They really looked like a really good football team last night, and they have come a long way since that loss to Virginia Tech. So, in my opinion, they got a real shot to win it. I know Oregon's impressive, and they're probably the most impressive team. When you evaluate all of it, look at it, what happened last night, offense, defense, deep ball, running game, all of it, that was extremely impressive by Ohio State. More coming your way right here on Buddy Sports Page. This, if we get it.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. After some dense fog around the area this morning, we'll see clouds and breaks of sun today with a warm afternoon high of 76 to 80. Mostly cloudy tonight, low 63 to 67. Tomorrow, intervals of clouds and sunshine and warm, the high 80 to 84. Sunday, clouds and some sunshine and warm, high 80 to 84. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Come be swept away with medieval magic by volunteering at the 29th Annual Hogtown Medieval Fair on January 24th and 25th and January 30th through February 1st at the Alachua County Fairgrounds. Volunteers will take tickets, oversee exhibits, or provide breaks for the artists. Become a part of Gainesville's rich tradition of community service. Volunteers will receive a one-day pass. Applications can be downloaded at gvlculturalaffairs.org or call the City of Gainesville at 352-393-8536. We all know the importance of good health, but we may not know the latest advances in medicine that are available to us. Monday at 9 a.m., Bern Paraiso will be our roving medical reporter to tell us about Seven Hill Gastroenterology PA and Dr. Reddy. We'll discuss screening, techniques, and more. So tune in and listen. This is more than news you can use. It's news that could save your life. That's Monday at 9:05 a.m.
Garden, and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
You're listening to WOCA, Ocala.
I think we're back.
Yeah, we are. I have no idea what's going on.
I know how it works now with automatic pilot. You know, when you just
I have no idea what's going on.
And, all of a sudden you think your automatic pilot's on, it's not working. You're just, oh, well, it's just here. 2015, and technically not starting off too good for us here but we'll get better. We'll take care of it, and hopefully it'll be seamless. Got about 25 minutes to go here. Joe Williams joins us in about 5. So we'll be taking a quick break here in a moment.
We'll take another quick break in about 5 minutes.
And in our conversations about, I'm going to be honest with you, assessing things as we are right now, although I think Urban Meyer, I can't say enough good things about how his team played last night. I don't care if you like him or don't. Even his critics are saying what a great coaching job. By the way, I did text him today. And I said in my text, apparently you're a pretty good football coach. I said, congratulations. He wrote back, wow, thanks. He texted back. So.
You know what? I'm one of those Florida fans that are jaded about how that all went down and everything with him leaving the program. But you can't question the man's ability to coach football. He's won everywhere he's gone. He took this program that is, a kid third-string quarterback. It's to me, it's one of the most amazing coaching jobs I've ever seen in my lifetime. What he's done after the way the season started with the embarrassing loss at home to a Virginia Tech team that we all know is not very good.
Let me put it to you like this. The first week in September, if I'd have said to you, Ohio State is going to make the Final Four. They're going to beat Alabama in the semis, and they're going to beat them with a third-string quarterback. You just said, "Man, you just lost your mind."
I'd have bet you a year's salary from this job that would never happen.
Yeah, and so
I would, by the way, not be making any money in 2015.
There you go. And I'm not going to try to convince people why they all like or respect Urban Meyer. That's up to them. I don't care. As you know, I've known Urban since he was in Florida. I know he knows he made some mistakes. I wrote his book. I know the man pretty well. I'm not his best friend. I'm actually friends with Spurrier. But, I mean, I'm an associate. I know her. I could just call Urban a friend, but I don't talk to him on a regular basis. But for the life of me, I don't understand one thing. You tell me, and we got to take a break. What is it about Urban Meyer that people don't like? Why do I have friends who say to me or my wife, well, he left us in a lurch. Well, Muschamp had to clean up his mess. Well, he did this surreptitiously. He pretended like he was sick and left it. Why? I mean, none of that's true. But then
because of how everything that happened looks suspicious with the way he left, and then he said he was retiring, and he came back 30 days, took the team back over and everything, and then he left again. it all look in this day and age where politicians will look right at you, smile, and lie to you. We assume that that's what everybody in those kind of positions are doing, and he's a politician of some sort. That's what a college football coach is nowadays. And people just thought he probably lied because he was jaded with what was going on at Florida, or he knew that he didn't have the talent that he had. You know, Tim Tebow. I hear a lot of people say all the time, he couldn't coach without Tim Tebow. Well, he showed that he can coach without Tim Tebow, by the way, with this job he did this week.
What's that line from Jack Nicholson in that movie about Marines? You can't stand the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
So, you know, the bottom line is, I know people, they just don't want to know the truth. And if you tell it to them, they still don't want it. They still don't want to know it. So it doesn't matter. Anyway, we'll take a break. We'll come back. Joe Williams on the other side. I hope we'll be able to reach Joe now. And I'm sure he's got a few thoughts about yesterday's playoffs and the team, the mystery team, Oregon, which we didn't know much about. Joe did.
I believe he's going to have to explain his words, Joe Williams' words. He's going to have to explain how the Sissy Conference did so well.
Yes, he is. Coming up next right here on Buddy Sports Space.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local on The Source.
Does osteoarthritis bring frustration with every step? Do pain and stiffness affect your everyday activities? If so, you may be interested in a research study for the treatment of pain associated with osteoarthritis. Renstard Medical Research is conducting a research study of an investigational medication for individuals between the ages of 40 and 75 and who have been treated for the pain associated with osteoarthritis for at least 3 months. Qualified participants will receive study-related medical care and investigational medication. Compensation for time and travel will be provided. To learn more about this osteoarthritis study, please call Renstard Medical Research in Ocala at 352-629-5800. Again, that's 352-629-5800.
Here in Florida, when you're looking to go to the beach, you've got hundreds of options. Theme parks? No shortage of options there either. But when it comes to home insurance, most companies have only one option. Allstate is different. Here in Florida, Allstate agents offer home insurance options from several companies, so they can help you get the coverage that's right for you. And they'll help you save on quality car insurance, too. For starters, safe drivers save 45% with Allstate. So before you settle for just one option, talk to someone with many home and car insurance options. Your local Allstate agent. Are you in good hands?
Hi, this is Kevin McDonald, your local Allstate agent. To get your quote, please call us at 622-2333 or stop by one of our 2 Ocala locations.
Allstate has no financial responsibility to you for any home insurance policy you purchase and would not be responsible for any claims. Allstate does not make any representations or accept liability related to operations of home insurance companies, including but not limited to their financial conditions. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Savings vary.
Hey, I'm Gary.
And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line and a new spoiler and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're ocalaforsale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to ocalaforsale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offered does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, rust proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Do you have areas that have started sagging or drooping? Is what you're looking at not quite the same as it was years ago? Are there enhancements you've been putting off? Is there serious damage you need fixed? Then call on us, Damage Control Services, when your roof is sagging and the drywall is drooping after a storm, or your home just needs some enhancements. From damage repairs to new construction, Damage Control Services is here to help.
Back up, Buddy Sports Page. Time now to go out to the Mile High City and talk to the guy who hosts Mile High Sports, Joe Williams, who I'm sure is absolutely delirious with his picks. He probably will be able to retire now after a trip to Vegas. All the money he put down on the winning teams in the playoffs. Hi, Joe. Am I correct?
Well, Happy New Year, everybody. One of the local television stations called me and wanted to know if I wanted to come on the 5 o'clock news wearing a weasel suit.
No chicken suit?
We didn't even get around to that.
Well, Happy New Year to you, Joe. It's just
Happy New Year to you boys, too.
Kind of a crazy day yesterday, and I got nothing. I mean, what I saw, I picked both games wrong, by the way. But just the whole bowl scenario was kind of crazy in some respects, and there were some surprises, there were some disappointments, and certainly no more bigger the surprise than how badly Florida State played and how well Oregon State, and really, of course, the big one, the Sissy Conference, did pretty well, Joe, as you call it.
Well, that's another one. I got a call from some radio station in Salem, Oregon, wanting to know if I still thought the Pac-12 was still a Sissy Conference. How about this one? Here's the real one. The last radio station that fired me called me up and asked me if I wanted to come fill in for one of the hosts.
It's been a good week for you so far. A good start to the new year, Joe.
That's right. That's exactly right. No, I tell you what, I can't believe everybody wants their pound of flesh. I mean, every 10 years or so, I'm wrong. Yeah. Something happens like that, and boy, these people just swoop right in. You know, I sat there and watched Alabama just get bulldozed. It could have been worse than what it was.
Yeah.
It could have been a lot worse. And I guess you have to give Urban Meyer a lot of credit. He understands what it takes to win in the SEC, that's for sure. But I at no time ever saw guys, that was their third-string quarterback. He played 2 games.
Looked like a first-round draft choice in the National Football League to me.
Yeah, he sure did. And it just the whole bowl thing has been just a nightmare for the SEC West.
Yeah, they're going to need to do some work here in what they call the most powerful conference, meaning just half of it, in all of football. Taking it on the chin, 2-5 right now, Joe, and the 2 low teams are the ones that won.
Yeah, one day a set of games. I don't know how much that says, but the SEC, which has ruled college football at least the end of the year, in these bowl games, it looked like that all got turned around sideways yesterday.
It did, and now you've got Tennessee winning. I don't know what that score is now, but they were winning substantially. Florida probably get beat by East Carolina tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. But let's just say that they won. So the East could be 5-0.
Absolutely, and it's on us quick. I'll tell you one thing. I wonder what kind of odds we could have got in Vegas on Oregon and Ohio State being the final 2.
Exactly right. I told Tom earlier, I said, what if I told you last August that Ohio State was going to play Alabama in the playoffs and beat them with a third-string quarterback? You'd have thought I'd lost my mind.
Well,
who'd have thunk it?
Yeah, well, not me. That's for sure. But I'm looking forward to the Oregon-Ohio State game, and we'll see what develops. You got power and speed. I'll tell you what, Ohio State, they've got SEC speed on that team.
That Elliott kid is really. I mean, Ezekiel Elliott was. I didn't know about him.
They haven't had that kind of a roster in years, if ever.
And Joe, big 88 with that ball that dropped back in that zone blitz and intercepted and ran in like a running back. I mean, that was a really talk about an athlete. Man, they got some.
Yeah. Well, Alabama looked like last night that their quarterback needed some help. A couple of red zone picks, but you know what? That's part of it. And hats off to Ohio State. I'll give them credit because I haven't given them credit all year, although I root like hell against them because I can't stand them. And,
well, you know, Joe, it's just as true. I think sometimes we get a little too philosophical about these bowl games because you can't tell all that much. But one thing you know, and I know you know football, is that a team's flaws are going to be amplified and exploited. And everybody said going in, Alabama's back in, their deep secondary got troubles, and that proved to be the case. And people wondered how long Blake Sims would be able to hold up, and that was a problem. And certainly Jameis Winston got his come-to-Jesus moment.
Blake Sims, okay, he'd never played before. And, that's just, I don't know, sometimes I guess the moment's right. And in college football, they say it's a game of emotion, and obviously we know that. But, when the team, everybody has their day in the sun, and everybody has that one opportunity sometimes. And when everything comes together and you get a team like Ohio State and they do it all at once, then that's the result of what you saw last night. And I have to congratulate Urban Meyer for getting them to that point because I didn't think they belonged in the game. I didn't think Florida State. I still don't. I told y'all, I don't think they got the best 4 teams in the country. Florida State surely wasn't one of them. But once again, hats off to Ohio State. I'm not a sore loser.
Well, listen. I mean, you got to say that TCU did belong based on what they did. What an impressive performance that was.
Obviously, that was an impressive performance against an Ole Miss team. I guess it didn't show up.
Didn't show up at all.
If you don't show up and you get your hat handed to you, then you deserve whatever it is they say about you.
Yeah. Let's say this, Joe. I'm going to get your thoughts on this. And we just did this with John Brantley was in the house, and Tom and I talked about it. What was the team that out of this, and we'll throw Ohio State out of the equation for right now because obviously they were impressive. But beyond Ohio State, what was the most impressive team that you saw? You walked away and said, wow, look at this. This is really, this is something I didn't see coming. What team would you name if you had that? And what's the team that you think was the biggest flop?
Well, the team that was the most impressive was TCU. I mean, is that who we're talking about?
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Well, because, hey, look at that. Look where Ole Miss and Mississippi State, that's another story there. But, there's Mississippi State. They were ranked at number 1 for a month or so, 4 or 5 weeks. Ole Miss was right there with them, too. And Ole Miss, they had their problems, but to get their hat handed to them by TCU the way that did, 42-7, who would have seen that coming? I mean, that's about as big of a do-over as you'd think you'd want if you're Hugh Freeze. I mean, my gosh, what was that? You got to at least show up, don't you?
Well, we thought the Egg Bowl was the Super Bowl for a while there. Those teams are so impressive. Now you got to measure in there. You got to throw in some teams really that I hadn't thought about. Disappointing. Oklahoma certainly goes in there. And how about Clemson showing up like they did?
Yeah, they did. And Oklahoma did not. And of course, Bob Stoops. That's happened to him before. Mm-hmm. He's some of these bowl games that they play in, they look like they'd rather be someplace else, any place else, rather than where they were. And Clemson, hats off to Swinney. He had them ready to go. And, where was that team during the year? But Oklahoma, just a year ago, remember Oklahoma came in and leveled Alabama in the Sugar Bowl.
Alabama's got some issues late in the season, obviously.
Well, they're going to be starting. Good luck, Nick Saban, explaining that when he gets back to Tuscaloosa. Exactly. He's got to live with that all year, doesn't he?
Exactly. And I think Tom has a question, but before we do that, let's just give me an assessment on on Oregon and Ohio State right now today. After you've seen what you saw last night, what do you think about this game, and who do you like?
Okay, here it is. That quarterback for Ohio State has got to play like he did. He cannot turn the ball over.
Cardale Jones, Joe. Remember that name, Cardale Jones.
Well, I'm going to try and remember it. I'm just going to call him Along Came Jones. Remember that,
I do.
that song by the Coasters, wasn't
yes,
it?
I
Along
do.
Came Jones. That's him. He cannot turn the ball over. That's the key. I believe Ohio State will win if they don't turn the ball over. And because if you turned over against Oregon, you give them a short field. They convert it right away, just like that. It's 21 points.
Yeah. And were you impressed after you're talking about the Sissy Conference with the defense that they played? They played pretty good defense, physical. The Oregon Ducks were no pushover.
Yeah, you're like my grandson. There you go again. He says, "How do you like your crow served?" He says, "Because I want to stick around and watch, and I'll even do the dishes." That's how you are. Thank you for bringing that up.
Joe, how long do you think it'll be before we actually see the thing go from 4 teams to 8 teams? How long do you think it'll actually be before the playoffs expand?
Maybe next year. No, probably not. I guess I'll give it one more year and they'll go to 8, because what's happened is they're going to see these numbers, these huge numbers that they're going to get. And numbers, of course, means money, revenue money. They're going to say, let's just do it, because you tie it in. The people are watching. There's no telling what the championship game, whenever it is, Monday, whatever day it is, what kind of numbers they're going to draw. And I know the numbers last night had to be off the charts of those 2 games. So I would bet within another, let's give it next year, and then after that, I'll bet you they go to 8.
Well, I'm going to give you the Monday to make your pick. We're going to talk again Monday. I want to get your fresh thoughts about that. And it was quite I got to go home and watch it to make sure I didn't imagine it last night, because it was I never thought I'd see that team dominate Alabama like they did, and that's what they did. They had dominated.
There
Alabama.
I am, a Sissy Conference champion against, how I hate Ohio State.
What do? You got nowhere to go from there. All right, Joe, Happy New Year to you, Joe. We'll talk to you on Monday, all right?
Okay, boys.
All right.
Happy New Year.
Joe Williams from Mile High Sports in Denver. Always an entertaining few minutes with Joe in the segment. I want to thank
Somebody called him and said, "Do you still think it's the Sissy Conference?"
Yeah, and his old job, the Friday, didn't want to come back on. All right, I want to thank our guests today, Major Don Maines and Chief of Police Greg Graham, earlier for Ask the Cops, presented by the Briggs Law Firm. Also, John Bailey, entertaining hour and 20 minutes with John Bailey. Good to hear from John. Sorry he's out of coaching, but he's got quite a legacy. And, of course, the always entertaining Joe Williams. On behalf of my broadcast partner, Tom Schmitz, I'm Buddy Martin, wishing you a good night and a Happy New Year.
Located next door to Silver Spring State Park and a few minutes from historic downtown Ocala, our award-winning Holiday Inn Express Hotel and Suites of Silver Springs is the place to stay for a friendly, memorable, and fun experience. Enjoy our fast and free Wi-Fi, complimentary hot breakfast, and free parking. Whether you're in town for work or play, our friendly staff will make you feel right at home. That's the Holiday Inn Express and Suites of Silver Springs.
Proud sponsor of College of Central Florida basketball on WOCA The Source.
Guy Harvey Checking is now exclusively available at Gateway Bank. With Guy Harvey Checking, you will receive Gateway's premium checking account, plus several other Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation features, including membership to the Guy Harvey Hammerhead Nation, free Guy Harvey t-shirt, and an exclusive Guy Harvey debit card. At Gateway Bank, we will make a $50 donation to the Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation for every new account opened. This is just one more reason why people choose Gateway Bank. Sign up today for your exclusive Guy Harvey checking account with Gateway. Details available at gatewaybankcfl.com, member FDIC.
Right on the southwestern corner of the square sits one of the finest dining establishments in Florida, Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood Restaurant. Mark's offers big city dining amenities in a charming and small town setting. It's a rare treat to experience both the ambiance and the exquisite cuisine in a friendly atmosphere. Ocala's finest restaurant serves the finest beef, the freshest seafood, premium wines, and naturally fresh vegetables. From valet parking to splendid service, Mark's offers the complete package. Check it out today. Mark's Prime Seafood and Steakhouse Restaurant.
Hello, I'm Tom Schmitz, here to tell you about Ocus, a great resource for any business and a proud partner of the CEP. Ocus offers your business radically new technology called next generation websites. Sites that do not wear out, they automatically adapt to new technology like smartphones, tablets, and the next big thing. Why pay for technology that starts becoming obsolete the moment you buy it? With Ocus, there is so much more. Built into the Ocus platform is an unmatched array of business solutions adaptable to any business. Ocus is a superb superb example that cutting-edge technology can grow and prosper in Marion County. And I should know because they handle my website, ktforfun.com. Ocala has assisted numerous companies in Marion County that have succeeded online. You can learn